Hello, everyone. It's Casey. Anthony will be joining us shortly. I just wanted to go ahead and start because it is our 4:30, and I wanted to be on time, of course. And I want to say hello to everybody, and also introduce another little fellow that we have here. His name is Petey. He's one of my 4 dogs that I have, so just wanted to show him real quick. He's my little Chihuahua, and Anthony's allergic to him, so I just have to get him in here really quickly, So you see my little Poochie here, and we have another dog, Chucky. He's my rat terrier, but he's not allowed upstairs. So it's really funny because Coco and Joey know that he's not allowed upstairs because he likes to pee on stuff. And I was trying to get him to come upstairs just so I could introduce you to him, and they wouldn't let him go upstairs. They were blocking him. They were like, "No, I don't think so." It was funny. So I'll see if I can get him if my other dogs don't block him. So I want to say hello to everybody. Happy thoughts, CJ, John, SD, Sue, Maverick, and Jenny. All right. And so Happy Thought says there's not really a whole lot of going on with Watchtower. They're just trying to keep things under the radar. And I guess probably some of you I did see earlier today, there was Exjw Caleb provided the annual meeting, which I did get to watch most of it. So we could talk a little bit about that and anything else that's on your mind. Hello, Spartan and Jane. Hello. So I make sure I didn't overlook anyone. Looks like there's definitely several people that are doing live streams this weekend. So there's, of course, XJW Caleb. He just did the one about the annual meeting. I did see some of you on there. And then Fixing My Faith, he's got something coming up tomorrow. So I'm not really sure what that's about. Of course, Rick Farron usually has his show. So I'm not really sure when he's going to do his next one. But I know it's normally on the weekend. And so, yeah, Maverick, you said that there was a lot going on with the annual meeting. And I made a few notes. So one of the things that they mentioned was there is a new book called Walk Courageously with God. So that's a new thing. In case I'm just giving you some highlights so you don't have to bother watching 4.5 hours of boring annual meeting. So we have the new book, and then there's also 9 new tracks that they have, which I actually had seen a post about it on Reddit before the annual meeting came out. I don't know how somebody got that information. And I was going to see if I could bring it up here onto the platform. But apparently, when I tried to log into Reddit, these pictures have been taken down, although I can pull them up on my phone, surprisingly, which I don't understand how that's possible. So I guess I will do my best to show you what they look like. And then the only other thing they've got going on was they are going to, of course, they're still working on the, what's the name of that place, that project? I just slipped my mind. So that project that they're building, where they're going to have the media center, they're working on that. And then they are also trying to, Ramapo. XJT activists, YouTube. Thank you for joining in. So then, right. So they're working on that. And then also the other thing was that they're going to be, getting rid of some Bethelites. So it sounds to me, and you can, if I misunderstood, please let me know. You can also come on the stage. I haven't put the link in, but I'm going to do that shortly. So if anyone wants to come on the stage and share their point of view on the annual meeting or anything, any highlights, please feel free to do so in just a moment. So the other thing was they are basically some of the Bethelites, they're planning on just kind of doing like where you don't live at Bethel, but you just come and work and like commuters like they used to have. So it sounds to me that's what they're doing. I mean, I guess they'll still have some Bethelites that will live there, but they're going to be just having some commuters, and maybe they will just end up getting rid of or retiring some of the older ones. Is it Exjt? Is this like JT as in critical thinker? No, somebody else, I guess. So that's kind of what I got on the latest of the annual meeting. And oh, right. And I wanted to show you some pictures of the tracks. So I have, let's see here. So see if you can see that. So this one says, that's the first one. And that one says, is anyone listening to our prayers? So they have these tracks. And apparently what you can do is you can click on, I guess it's going to be on the website. And then if they can click on something, link in the track that brings them to a video. And then next one is, we've started.
Oh, I got to go get a stool.
Okay. And then we have this one called Do All Religions Please God? That's track number 2. Hello, Stian. And then number 3 is living without pain or sadness possible? And then how can you have a happy family? That's that one. And can we enjoy life forever? And who is the true God? And okay. I'm going to put PDF.
Yeah, you got to take it down.
Does Jesus's advice work today? Okay. How will God's kingdom solve our problems? That's the other one. And will you ever see your loved ones who have died? And finally, that was it. That went on too long. Okay. You can come in. So I'm going to put little Petey back downstairs so that Anthony does not have an allergy attack. And I will be right back. Hello, Jenny, and Gerard. Hello.
All right, babe.
Oh, you had the link? Oh, okay. Well, if anyone has the link to this annual meeting, I'd love to have it. You can send it in an email, faxonjw@gmail.com. All right. And Anthony will continue.
Yeah. As soon as she gets by with the little guy, I'm very allergic. Oh. I'm like super allergic to it. Whew. Hey, everybody. All right, let's slide over. All right. Oh, I'm breathing hard. Hey. Let's see. Who do we have here? I see Sue. I see everybody in here. Oh, have to excuse my tardiness. I had bad news today about a friend, and then I was late getting ready. All right.
Yeah, so we just were going over the annual meeting a little bit.
No way.
All right.
I tried to watch all I could, but I couldn't handle it, guys. Mm-hmm. But I did try. It was a little too much. It was like the same old thing over and over and over again.
Hi, Born JW. Hi, Jeff. Daylight savings time is here. Oh, already? I didn't know that.
What is it?
Daylight savings time.
I'll be glad when they do away with that garbage.
Me too. I get sick of changing the clock.
That's one thing Jimmy Carter did. I wished he wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Daylight savings time. Ugh.
I know.
Lucky to be living in Arizona. You don't have to deal with it.
It's true. Right. So we just went over a few little highlights of the annual meeting, which wasn't a whole lot. Hi, Butterfly.
Hey, Butterfly Queen.
Yeah. Why are you only allergic to one dog?
I don't know if you guys know this, but Chihuahuas are one of the worst dogs for allergies. And I'm not allergic to just the one, but Joey is hyperallergenic dog. So.
Well, you're not allergic to Coco.
I'm not allergic to Coco. She's a Chiweenie.
Yeah, she's a Chihuahua and a Dachshund mix, but
a deerhead Chihuahua.
So whatever is in her dander is not as bad for him.
She was born to be pissed off.
What about Chucky? Is he
not so bad? I do sometimes, but not so bad. He's a rat terrier.
Yeah, so Chihuahuas are actually known for being very high allergy dogs.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's what's wrong. It's too close up. Okay.
Well.
Hey. Oh, okay. Well, we can pull it down.
Fine.
So
it's fine.
Oh, okay. No, don't bring it back. It's too close.
I know. I was just trying to fit the.
It's in. See, it's just a cloud. Yeah, it's in.
Right.
All right.
Cats in disguise.
Cats in disguise. Chihuahuas. Oh, Chiweenie named Lucky. Oh, cool.
Lucy.
Oh, Lucy. No, it says Lucky, don't it?
Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah, it does say Lucy. I'm sorry.
There's no K in there.
I see that now. That's what I get for half-ass reading words. And I do it all the time, and I got to quit it.
Full meeting is on Exjw Caleb channel. Yeah, I actually did watch it, most of it. But
I tried to. Terrible. I could not do it.
Oh, please. You can't even get through a regular meeting.
I can't. It's the most, I just don't see how people ever could do that.
Yeah.
It's like the most BS in one place I've ever seen.
If you're not used to it or you didn't grow up doing it, it could be really boring. But
it's beyond boring.
If you get, here's the thing, maybe tell me what you think, everybody.
I'd rather watch flies mate.
When you're in it, like you just kind of go into this, like, I would call it the Twilight Zone, where you just mentally just kind of zone out. And so that's how you deal with it. Come to South Australia.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't do it either. Come to South Australia, where we get dry desert winds full of pollen and
poo molecules.
Ew. Oh, my goodness. That sounds terrible. So Jeff could not watch the entire annual meeting. Yeah, it was like over 4 hours long. I mean, I
saw Esty. I saw a lot of people on there.
Yeah,
I saw Jenny. A lot of people. Sue, I think, was you on there? Seems like I saw. There's a lot of people.
It's called killing brain cells, right?
Oh, there's Jenny.
When you go to the meetings, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Born JW says. That is so true. And so Marvick says there's an article on the JW.org that says, is it necessary to belong to an organized religion? And of course they will say
XJW Activist Tube. Oh, I like that name.
Yeah.
After Awakening, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's how I feel too. How many PMOs are in Bethel? I imagine there's quite a few.
I wonder how many's going to get the axe.
How many elders and circuit overseers have woken up to some degree? Because once you're at that level, even though it's not obviously governing body level, but when you are in a level of authority, then you are going to start seeing the flaws within the organization. And of course, with all their CSA problems and their cover-ups, I just think that would start waking you up, and you'd have to start questioning, is this really from God? So I've asked some former elders, what did they think? Like, is it possible that some of these circuit overseers and elders are awake? And they said yes.
Well, we know one that was
right.
What's the guy called that's over the elders?
The circuit overseer.
No, the guy that's
the presiding overseer.
Presiding overseer.
Yeah, but they don't use that term anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, what do they call it now? Branch committee, whatever. They got to give us
the name.
Book. What was he called?
Elder?
Yeah, but
okay.
He had a title besides elder.
So there's You're just an elder. There used to be, the COBE stands for, what was it? I forgot now. But anyways, it's presiding overseer. But it's something body of elders. Oh, so coordinator.
That's it. That's what he was, coordinator.
Yeah, which is the same as presiding overseer, with just a different name. It's annoying why they keep changing the names. I don't get it. Everything that is considered apostate, I learned at branch from top tiers.
Hand me the book.
Yeah. That's what Matthew says. Oh yeah, that's right. They had the 15 trivia questions about the governing body only. Right. Okay, I remember one I didn't know. That Gabe. He could speak Russian, Portuguese,
coordinator,
and Spanish and English. So
good gracious,
quite a few, yeah. And I want to say that one of the other ones, Jeffrey Jackson, maybe he could speak Russian as well. Someone else could in there. No. So it's good to know a lot of languages. You want this book, even though it's in Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we got somebody new. Right there. Spees.
Yeah. Hi, Spees.
Speed. TW.
Spees TW. Right. So.
Spit you. Oh, spit you. Okay, maybe that's what it was.
I wonder how those people at the branch are spying on apostates' websites can hold it together. That's true. I think it's showing backwards.
There's a, oh well, they can see what it is.
Yeah, that one's in Spanish. It's the Elder's Manual.
Got to translate it. Hi there. How are you guys doing? Doing great. Oh, Jane. Hey.
Hi, Jane. Okay. CJ says.
I just realized who I was reading the message from.
Oh. All right. So it's not a whole lot to talk about as far as like updates. That was the biggest thing I knew was the annual meeting. Of course, we do have, I'm assuming they're going to do a broadcast, right? Is that going to happen? Should happen probably Monday. They put out their new broadcast every Monday.
Month. Yeah.
Every first Monday of the month.
Yeah.
So that probably still on. Oh, that's right. The other thing, the other new thing is that Let's wife died. So that is sad. And
hey, Artsy.
Hi, Artsy. And then
Maverick.
Oh yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Matthew Gray. Huh? Somebody new.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Glad you're here.
We do know many do get onto apostate sites. Yes. So we were thinking there's probably a lot that are awake, that are in. And sometimes what they do, the ones that are in leadership positions, is they just try to basically, because they're there, they lose everything. They could lose, in the case of circuit overseers, I mean, they could lose money. They didn't pay into Social Security money, so they wouldn't have that. And so they're 100% dependent on Watchtower. And then after that, so what they do is, and maybe their families as well. So then what they're going to do is they're just going to kind of like talk themselves into why it's okay to stay in there.
Yeah.
Right? But I know me personally, if I had to be going to the meetings all the time, it would make me feel crazy. I mean, I would be so miserable.
Aren't they going to downsize Bethel?
Right. That was one of the new light stuff. Is they're planning on just having.
Are you around?
People going in. I'm just. People going in like what we call commuters. It sounds like. Yeah, it's the Bethel service is no longer career, right? And So it's just
Read it up.
they're probably losing. They're losing too much. They're losing money. Yeah.
Which becomes Seventh-day Adventists.
Right.
Steel Baron.
Oh, I know.
Conley. Yeah, that's it. That was his name. Thank you.
Conley. Okay.
Yep. That was the first president of. It was called Watchtower, but it was not the Bible student. Well, it was Bible students.
Mm-hmm. Watchtower Bible and Tract Society.
That's what it became later after that.
Yeah, it could. So Watchtower could become like more of a digital organization.
Yeah.
Not an empire, right?
Well, it's definitely going to become a digital organization. That's a fact. Yeah, William Henry Conley. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a steel baron. Mega money.
Yep.
That's where George Storrs, he died at his house.
Oh, someone that it was at Zion's Watchtower.
Yeah, it was that was the magazine. But it was something Bible students. It might have been Watchtower Bible students, and that might have been what it was, or just Bible students. I don't forgot. I read the whole history one time. It was boring, and I wanted to stab myself in the foot to feel better or something, stay awake.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, yeah. Esty says, Watchtower will probably do away with the magazine since tracks were presented. Yeah, that might be true, actually. That is a good point. I would say that's very possible because, I mean, they don't really need to print much of nothing.
No.
And even they were saying that, was it Jeffrey Jackson said that a lot of times when you're going out in the ministry, you're just handing a card. Hey, go to the website. So, which is true. They've kind of gotten away from preaching. And so now they are going to.
That's right. Dawn Bible students. Thank you.
Oh, Dawn Bible students. Okay. And so they're planning on just maybe now instead of handing a card or only a card, they're going to offer a tract. And there's a little video within the tract that they can show people. So it's just going to cover those 9 subjects that I just went over. Yeah, nine tracks.
Well, print is a thing that's so far out of date now.
Yeah.
Books, you no longer get them on, you have them downloaded where you can listen to them on your headphones, and everything's done digitally. It's no longer in print stuff. So I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting. They got all that high dollar presses up there.
Oh, okay. XJT is finished. That's really cool. We have somebody from Finland.
Oh, cool.
How long have we been involved in the organization? So
third generation.
I was third generation. Yeah, with my mother's side of the family. My grandparents converted in the 50s. My father, he was first generation, so I'm second on his side.
He converted in the 40s.
Yeah, he converted right before or around World War II, and he was a lot older. So he was actually in the draft and didn't go to war. Instead, he went to jail, and he actually met Daniel Sidlick during that time.
They in jail together.
Yeah, they were in prison together for like a year or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but he did all that for a lie, which is what's the sad part. And he studied.
I studied because of her. She did not want to be married to a person who was not a witness. Mm-hmm. And I figured, oh, what the heck, I'll study. And as soon as I studied with them and realized what they were, I was out the door.
Yeah,
I studied just so she could get reinstated.
But
I was stuck with the
you did
tremendous weight of figuring out how to talk to her and let her know this was a bunch of doo-doo.
Yeah, but at first you were willing to give it a try. It's not that he just shut it down to begin with. He thought, okay, they're just, another Christian church. But then he realized that after studying with the witnesses for a short time, there were some clues that indicated cult. And maybe that would be a good video.
Clue number 1.
That would be a good
when
video.
they're studying with you, they don't want you to use your own mind. They want you to regurgitate what's in their little booklet that you're studying in.
Yep.
Don't answer in your own words. Answer what's in this book. It's like, oh, okay, I see how this works.
That's clue number 1, right? Like regurgitate what's in the book, and they get mad at you. They get mad at you when you don't agree. When you don't, you're like, well, that's not what it says to me. That's not what it's saying.
Yeah. And I know these Bible verses, and that don't agree with what you're saying. So,
or also they will cherry pick the scriptures, and you notice that.
That's what I called them out on. I got yelled at.
Wow. So Maverick says that there's a rumor that they will allow everyone to go to Zoom meetings. That's and not need to go into Kingdom Halls from the annual meeting.
That would make sense, and it would save them a lot of money.
Yeah.
And with the changes they're making, if they do, and the amount of people that's exit stage right out of there, it might save them to some extent, like the televangelists do. And then they can still pack one big auditorium, and it looks like they're massive.
Yeah.
So, something to think about. It would just save them temporarily, but it could. What did Jenny say?
They call it Bible study.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a study. It's true.
Yep.
It's just, it's a book analysis.
Yep.
Maybe. It's not even a book study.
It's a brainwashing study because they're teaching you just to regurgitate right from the very start, just like you do in the meetings. They pass around a stupid microphone, and they want you to regurgitate what's in the Watchtower as your answer, not your own words.
They forcefully spoon-fed you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Dallas.
Yep.
Hello, Sam. We have Sam Marr. He's like, how many years were you prisoners in GW? Fortunately for him, he just studied for about 1.5 years and left. I was born in. So
40
most
years.
of my life up until 2018. That's when I was like out mentally. I was physically in for a little bit, but then out. And then haven't been regularly attending since 2018, of course. Have to pop in here and there.
I remember when I was studying, he was like, oh, you could be, given privileges eventually once you're baptized or whatever. You could be passing the microphone.
Ooh, goody.
I was like, what the heck is that? I said, I didn't even want callings in the Mormon church, much less why would I want to do this?
Or you just didn't want to have any responsibilities anywhere, really. In any church.
I think that's ridiculous. It's about my faith. It ain't about what I do.
Well, that's just part of the culture, Jehovah's Witness culture, is that, also they do need people to pass around the
Well, I'm sure with those lunatics, they can find plenty of people that would throw their hands up. Those people talk about brother give a great speech, and it'd make you want to cry after you heard it because it was so awful.
Boring.
Oh, it couldn't even speak English good.
Oh,
no offense to the people that can't. Not a problem. But at the same time, I'm not going to say that this guy up here talking that's so nervous he can't hardly talk is a great talk.
Oh, okay. Just like wasn't a good speaker.
Yeah.
Right.
He's nervous. I felt bad for him. But geez, rehearse, man. Look at some of my videos. They're terrible because I didn't rehearse.
Yeah. Yeah.
One take, man.
I had no AGM invite this year after identifying and asking about the Watchtower ritual.
Yep.
John D. Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Lindon, Delma. What's AGM? Is that, you know what that is?
I don't know. I'd have to read the message.
I'm not sure what AGM stands for. Sorry. I'm not good with these abbreviations.
Matthew Gray, surprise. I had no AGM invite.
Is that annual?
Maybe
annual meeting?
Annual, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know what G stands for. Annual general meeting.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. So that was just annual meeting. Okay. So, well, I'm glad you I guess in the end you didn't miss out. So you can watch it. You can watch the review of the entire annual meeting on Exjw Caleb's channel. He has it.
Accusation meeting. Daniel.
Yeah, he got lucky. He got that link, I guess. But in the end, it's like, I mean, there's only just a few.
It was cool he was able to do that.
That was really cool. They didn't have. I mean, they had a few things that were new, because like in most conventions, they always had a new book or something that would come out every year.
Yeah.
So
I just, for the life of me, don't see how people get excited about this stuff.
I think that they're fooling themselves if they think that they're excited. They're telling you they are, but they're really not.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, faith is one thing, I believe, but it doesn't mean that, I got to sit there and listen to this crazy stuff and think it's okay.
Yeah. So.
And get excited.
Right. So is this the whole AM crap? Is it for organizations? What religions made meetings like this?
What religions made meetings like that? Well, LDS has a general conference, but they're very different religions.
I mean, there's like conferences and other religions.
Oh yeah, Baptists have their big conference. Yeah. That thing's huge. Yeah, so I guess so.
Last year, Loesch held up the golden. Was that
Golden Boner Award?
Something mirror. So the boredom creates an altered mental state. Okay. So you were once with the Mormons? Apasta Babe. Hello, Apasta Babe.
Who said that?
Right, Apasta Babe.
Oh, yes.
He just knows a lot about them.
Yeah, a lot of family members that were.
Yeah.
A lot of family members.
He didn't grow up in that. He just knows a lot about it.
Around it.
Yeah. Hello, is it Linda? We have someone named Linda. Maybe. Oh, that's Apasta Babe. Okay.
Yeah. Apasta Babe. I've saw her before. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Thank you for being on here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're going to be on Fixing My Faith.
Right. I think tomorrow we saw that you were going to be
with Vern.
Tomorrow on his
cool.
Live
glad to have
stream.
you
here. Yeah. Glad to have you. Is conference like convention or annual meeting? What is the base for it really?
Is conference like general conference for the LDS? It's very different.
Is it like the annual meeting? What annual meeting? What is base for? What is it based on?
I don't think conference would be like the annual meeting. It would be like your guys.
You can go look it up on YouTube. I mean, at general conference if they want to know.
Oh yeah, you could.
Like if you're just curious and you want to know the difference between Jehovah's Witness conventions and an annual meeting versus the general conference, you can go on YouTube and look it up.
They got a heck of a good choir.
They don't hide their material, like Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't have a YouTube channel.
Because they're on there for years
back. They gotta hide their stuff. They might change it later.
And they do the DVDs and give them out.
Yeah, because like most denominations nowadays will have a YouTube channel, except for Jehovah's Witnesses, in case they get caught lying. Okay, so they will air my show while I do my show on my channel tonight at 9.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So it's like they are a corporation and have to follow corporate law.
Yeah.
That's right. Such as holding annual meetings. Right.
Difference is LDS is the wealthiest church in America, in the United States.
Okay. So, oh yeah, Artsy Kim, you were looking into the Masonry, and their own books say they followed the Kabbalah, which is
Sure.
Jewish mysticism and not allowed as JW rules. But since the leaders are Masons, they are Kabbalists. And and so some people think that Jehovah's Witnesses were not involved, that Russell was kicked out of the Masonic temple or Masonry. I don't know.
He couldn't have been, because he held a lot of his meetings in Masonic temples where he rented them. If he was kicked out, they wouldn't allow him to have rented them.
Plus, he had that pyramid that was the
that is great, but that could have been put there because he believed in pyramidology. But but pyramidology also goes along with the Masonic order. But it's kind of funny to me that he owned that cemetery where he's buried at one point. And Fisher and Macmillan and all of them were there selling the plots. And when Russell died, they sold it to the Masons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the Masons built that huge Masonic hall there.
So are the Mormons more wealthy than the Catholic Church?
In the United States, I think the Catholic Church is the wealthiest church in the world.
Oh, okay.
But just talking about United States.
It's
supposedly the Mormon Church has over $400 billion or $500 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. They own so much of Florida, it's ridiculous.
Oh, really? Florida?
Yeah, because they do all that. They own Utah. I mean, geez, that is theirs. But they bought Florida because of all the growing, the farms and stuff, because, they do all that food storage.
Okay. Hi, Willie. Late in today, just got in from service. Oh, my goodness.
Do what? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Just got in from service.
Oh, that is great.
Poor thing. No.
That's
You're joking, right? Malin Fant's prayer. I didn't listen to it. One of the things, who remembers going to the meetings, listening to the prayers, and counting down the seconds and minutes that it would take for them to finish a prayer? I would do that because it would go on and on and on. It was so annoying. This was like I think I counted one time that it was like a 5-minute prayer. It was just, how long can you pray, when you're just trying to end a meeting?
Yeah. Russell's father was one of the owners of the East India Stock Company. I didn't know that. I do know that Russell was the secretary of the original Watchtower Bible students, and his dad was like the vice president. That's kind of interesting. Conley was the president.
Oh, okay. So Malin Fant, whatever. It sounds like Maleficent to me when I hear that name. Malin Fant, Maleficent's prayer said he reminded Jehovah that they are a corporation. Yeah. So some prayers had a full public talk outline. I know, it was so annoying. Oh my goodness, it would drive me crazy. Yeah. Okay, so Malenfant's prayer, he was a key figure who related how departments were calling each other apostate and chuckling about it. Oh my goodness. They're all a bunch of apostates themselves. Governing body's apostate. They've turned away from what they originally taught. Does that not make them apostate too? Russell's father was...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the square and compass is there. I saw a picture of that. And one of the Bethels is shaped like one of the Masonic order's symbols.
So wouldn't that mean that they had ties to the Masonic, whatever you call that?
The square and compass, yeah.
The Masons, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they definitely continued to be a part of the Masons even after turning the religion into the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. And then what about Rutherford? Was he involved in that too? Do you know?
Yes, he was. The Dome Bible students still follow Russell. Yes, I've got a bunch of their literature I wrote,
Yeah, we do
and they
have some.
send it to me.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. I mean, you can see they have all the old Watchtowers reprinted. It's hilarious, and you just buy them from them. They own the rights to it.
It used to be on the Watchtower's front cover. Yeah, the cross and the crown. Whenever Russell had it, JW prayers.
No, he would not.
Prayers.
You're right. Exjw activist or JT activist.
What was it?
If he was to arise from the dead, he wouldn't recognize it. They would have him
for sure.
disfellowship so quick it'd make his head spin.
Okay, well, what about Rutherford?
Rutherford, he would recognize it. They'd still have him probably run out in a rail, but he'd recognize it. It's his creation, and Nord has perfected
this is
it.
pretty good. Except, no. Oh, here's one thing he would not be happy with: beards.
Oh yeah, he'd be having a fit about
hated
beards.
Facial hair. That's why they did away with it, because Rutherford didn't like it. One of the Watchtower members was in the bloodline of the Illuminati group.
As soon as Russell saw they didn't no longer have a cross, he'd have a fit, because he wrote about if ever went against the cross, in several of his publications.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that one of the original Watchtower members was in the bloodline of the Illuminati.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I wonder who that was.
Ooh, that's scary stuff.
I would have liked to watch the speaker's feet before they start, but they didn't give us a view of that. It's a thing. Their feet? Huh. Several helpers at Bethel and most of the governing body do wear Masonic rings, but the editors blur them out as much as possible. Yes, and also,
Archie knows Deanne.
Some people think that they do not wear Rolex watches. Now, he's familiar with Rolex watch.
Yeah,
Have you actually noticed and focused in on their watches to know for sure if they're Rolex?
I do know that Let has a Rolex. That's a Rolex.
Okay.
That's a nice Rolex.
Anyone else you have not seen wearing one?
I can't see their watches up close.
Yeah.
But Let's was right in the camera last time I was looking, and I was like, oh, I know that one.
Oh.
And it wasn't the presidential series, but it's still a Rolex.
Which would be worth about how much for
that watch? There's probably about 15,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know what they're worth now, maybe 18.
But shame on you for being materialistic.
Because I know the presidentials now with the diamond encrust, they're about 30,000.
So it's a Masonic ritual with their feet. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He had the blue Rolex and Mason pinky ring.
Yeah, he does have that. They all have the pinky ring.
A blue Rolex?
And they all have different. Has anybody noticed all their pinky rings are different?
Hi, Booker T.
I know one has a tiger's eye, one's gold, one has a blue stone in it. It's all of them are different. I don't know if it's a real sapphire or something fake.
Yeah.
Solid gold was kicked him out. Anthony Morris.
I watched Let's Lip. Notice them are a little purple.
Oh wow.
Rough time he has. Yeah, well, because his wife maybe died and maybe he's having a hard time. Didn't Stephen Lett get in trouble about his taxes or something? Do you know if that's true or not?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Well, what about his brother? There was.
I know his brother was investigated for burning his own restaurant down in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, do you know what the end result was of that?
I do not.
Sounds like some shady people there. That his family.
Because there was so much stuff he knew was in there that shouldn't have. It was like crazy, but the stuff he had in there.
So Gerard says could be a fake Rolex.
I don't think that one was fake. If it was a really good fake.
Okay.
I know the best way to buy your Rolexes, though, is just go on a cruise and get an official certified Rolex from like Royal Caribbean's jewelers on the ship,
They've toned down the jewelry and suits. Yeah, because they hear people like us talking about them.
Or go to Diamonds International.
So the Rolex Submariner is up to 30,000. The pinky rings are like superhero secret rings. Yeah. Oh, I know. And that was the poll, right? That they were
Oh yeah,
asking,
secret hero figure. I love it.
like people were thinking they were going to make some changes about the birthdays, and no, they have not. Now, some people think they will eventually. Some people say no, they never will change that. Uh, but I would say
Anyway,
with birthdays though, because they changed toasting and linked it to something pagan before, why couldn't they do that with birthdays? Because it's not a super clear reason not to celebrate birthdays. Did anyone in your Kingdom Hall ever wear a pinky ring like that? No, I don't think so. I mean, I never noticed, anyways.
well, guys,
Maybe I
I don't know if anyone's familiar
have to think.
with
I'm not sure.
a place in Alabama called Gulf Shores, but if you're not, just look at rental property there for the summer. And Let and his brother own rental property there, and they have a super nice house they rent out also for families, and that rental property there brings in mega money.
Right, and so Jane says that Let makes 200,000 a year and gets paid for JW conventions he speaks at. Actually,
He's
I
making
think
more than
he's
that on
making
that
more than
property
that.
in Gulf Shores. He's got to be.
Well, he's talking. She's probably talking about like Watchtower.
Oh, okay.
But we looked at their tax dollars before, and this was several years ago. They were making $300,000 several years ago, and of course their house is paid for too. So it's pretty good gig, I guess. Being a cult leader.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
It's a good gig. I wouldn't mind making that kind of money. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, guys.
You can't destroy people's families over it.
No.
So
Yes.
apparently there is a lot of talk about the Masonic connections that the apostates talk about in Mexico. Okay.
No, the Rolex is not fake. The brother worked in garage, maintained Rolexes. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
good to know. I knew it wasn't fake. It didn't look fake. If it was an extremely well done one.
Yeah. Okay. So back to birthdays. Job's son in the Bible celebrated his birthday, so Jehovah's Witnesses can celebrate it now. They need an emotional lift since they shun. What was Job's son's birthday mentioned in the Bible?
Didn't he die? I mean,
oh well, there were only two birthday mentions. I don't know. I know.
Yeah, I think that is one of them. I think they're right.
One of them was the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
The other during Joseph.
Didn't somebody burn up? I
don't know.
Wait a minute.
I have to go look it up in the Bible.
But yeah, if you guys just want to see something interesting, just look Gulf Shores, Alabama, and look at rentals for rental property. And Let Rentals, I think might be the name of it, or Let Properties. If not, I'll ask one of my cousins. They'll tell me the exact name of the realtor. And you just look it up and see what it rents for every week. And that is not, it's cheaper to go to Panama City or Pensacola than it is to go to Gulf Shores. Much cheaper.
Oh, you're right. So with birthdays, when Jesus was born, the angels sang and celebrated. Yeah, that would be kind of like celebrating a birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it says in the Bible, Job's kids celebrated their day.
Yeah, it does say that.
Wow, that's a good point. Maybe I
didn't we talk about this before?
I don't remember. I don't remember talking about it, but I would like to look that up, and maybe I can tell my mom, hey, birthday's next. Oh, right. The other one was the daughter of King Herod's wife. Right. Where she beheaded John on her birthday. Okay. Jenny says it's in Job chapter 1, verse 4. Every year when Job's sons had birthdays, they invited their brothers and sisters to their homes for a celebration. Job chapter 1, verse 4. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to have to take a poll on this, and then we're going to submit this to Watchtower and tell them that in the Bible, it says it's okay to celebrate birthdays. Right? Are you looking?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right here. Alabama Department.
Okay.
Let's,
so we'll see.
There?
We'll see if that becomes a thing or not. But time will tell. Job's Children's Day was in a question from the readers. Oh, really? Okay, so what did they say? I have to go find that one. Yeah, so the Bible does say that basically they celebrated Jesus' birthday on the day of his birth, Luke, right? But that could be a good yeah, they could use that to say, well, we celebrated Jesus' birthday on the day he was born. Let might say something like that. So it's okay now. We misunderstood it all these years, but now Jehovah has clarified this new understanding for us.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to look that up. Job chapter 1. It says each of his sons would hold a banquet at his house on his own set day. Obviously, birthday. Hello. I'm gonna have to. That's a good one. There you go. Why haven't they justified birthdays? Because that seems like a good reason to celebrate a birthday now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Were those the unlucky Job kids or the lucky ones? The later ones born. I know, right? Right. And see, Jews celebrate birthdays. You're right. I mean, the Old Testament here, that's Jewish history. So why don't Jehovah's Witnesses? I don't get it. So Job's sons held feasts in their homes and invited their sister to eat and drink with them. Yeah. And you're right. Jehovah's Witnesses make excuses and they don't make any sense. The prohibition was from puritanical rules of Rutherford and Noor. I would also say that just something that comes to my mind anyways is nobody matters in this religion. So if you are celebrating anything other than what is you have, like they can't get out of it, like weddings and wedding anniversaries, because God made the marriage arrangement. They tried to make sure you don't have any time for fun and happiness because you're supposed to sacrifice every moment to the Watchtower. And even with wedding anniversaries, I've seen where they would start nitpicking that and saying that you should not be having a big party. I remember going to a couple of 25-year anniversary parties. They were big, huge parties. And there was some article in the Watchtower saying that we should not have big anniversary parties. It should just be small. What are you doing?
I am getting ready to tell you guys the address.
Okay.
Okay. The property is listed under Timothy and Mark and Kay Lett.
Can you forward that so we can put it in
hold on.
Is it a website?
Yeah, it's on Lillian, Alabama. It's where the P.O. box that owns the land. So it's done under him and his brother own it together. Hold on, I'll tell you the rest of it. I mean, you're looking at $1 million land, so.
Okay.
I mean, look at the size of these houses. It's in Alabama. It's right there at Gulf Shores.
Oh. Yeah. So, in other words, Stephen Lett is rich.
Yeah. They don't own one; they own several lots. So, wow. And there's.
Yeah, they will have to preface the new light on birthdays with, we apologize in behalf of Jehovah for telling us the wrong teachings on birthdays. It's okay now. It's true. Yeah. It's funny. I remember when I was in high school in 1980, they talked bad about proms. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We definitely could not go to prom. I didn't go to prom because, they were worried you might have sex, which is not, I mean, that's not what people are doing when they go there. They're just going to dance and have a good time. So, but they're so fixated on everybody is just so ready to throw their clothes off at any moment, It's crazy how they're obsessed with that. Just like they're obsessed with demons. They're obsessed with sex and demons.
That's saying a lot about them. That says more about them than it does the sex and the demons.
Yeah. So the prohibition of the birthdays, I guess, is from Puritan cult of the 1600s New England, and their belief that idleness is a sin known as downtime. They believe that you were go all the time.
Go into a
okay. So yeah, it is kind of
like
a Puritan belief, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is. It come from that old Puritan.
Mm-hmm. And then they just go and change it along the way,
Guys, next time I'll be more prepared and I'll look this up for you, but it's in
Home in a Blanket. That's a cool name. Hi, Home in a Blanket. How about the fact that they can celebrate a baby shower,
I like
but
that.
never celebrate that child's life after? I know. I've wondered the same thing. Like, why is it okay to have a baby shower, give all these presents for the baby, but then in the end, okay, that's it. Yeah, no more. Nobody matters. Yeah, nobody matters in that religion. So they just do what they have to, just so they don't seem like, so that people won't just run away. They got to do a few good things for the people.
There we go.
Yeah. Proms were fun. I went to 4. I went to junior proms and dated a guy younger than me. Yeah, most JWs, if you're growing up in it, you most likely did not go to a prom. And if you did, you were breaking the rules. Why can't Jehovah's Witnesses celebrate Thanksgiving? Hey, that's another one. Hey, wait, they might bring that back. Or not bring that back. They might bring that Thanksgiving, because it's not an official pagan holiday, right? It's not a religious holiday. It's more of a governmental holiday. The Abraham Lincoln came up with it. So does that mean that they could start celebrating Thanksgiving? Well, the problem with that is they just want to be different from anything else. They want to act like, because they are not involved in anything to do with politics or the government, and they're not involved in Christendom, they have to be different. So, yeah. Although they don't have good reasons to not celebrate Thanksgiving. The only thing they say is, well, we thank God every day. So, doesn't mean you can't have a Thanksgiving day. But because the government came up with it, well, you can't do that. Wasn't their idea, in other words. Right?
Oh man, yeah, they have several properties, guys. They have properties on State Highway 180 in Gulf Shores. They have property U.S. Highway 98 in Lillian, properties in Spanish Cove in Lillian. Property, 2 properties on Highway 180 in Gulf Shores. Property at Club Horse Drive in Lillian. Good gracious.
That's it. Celebrate Conception Day. Yeah, there you go.
West Beach Boulevard, Gulf Shores. They have one there.
I like that.
Hillside Circle in Foley. Oh, good gracious.
JW leaders will not do Thanksgiving because it's against their religion. They believe in thanks taking. That is so true. Happy Conception Day.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
How much is this property? It won't tell me. Okay.
All right. So maybe what he can do is you can gather the property information and then just post it on the channel.
They have a lot of property.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they owned that many. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny. I grew up 45 minutes from there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Growing up, we basically celebrated Thanksgiving. Just worldly people would, some meals and traditions. They just didn't call it Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know. I actually did that. Like we actually went over to some Jehovah's Witnesses when I was home and got together on Thanksgiving and had a turkey and all that. But you just can't call
They own
it
like
Thanksgiving
6 houses.
Day.
Artsy.
Huh?
Artsy said how many they own. It looks like they own like 6 houses.
Okay.
But these are not, like one of them is not very expensive. The rest of them are very expensive homes. And a restaurant, it looked like.
So you remember back in the 80s that an elder gave a warning talk in May about Jehovah's Witnesses celebrating Mother's Day. Oh, how dare they? Isn't there like a Daughter's Day now too? And is that allowed?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
No, it looks like more, but you know, that's his brother Timothy, I guess is his name, and Mark S. Lett. So I guess Mark Stephen Lett.
Yeah. There were lots of shares and investments in mining in Africa from the Cape to the Congo. Yeah. So I'm sure they're definitely finding ways to make money for sure.
Watchtower did. Matthew Watchtower. I'll have to look that up. Oh, there's Grandparents' Day. Cool.
Right. Oh, yeah, there is Grandparents' Day. But is there Daughter's Day?
Hey, whatever happened to Reasonable to Conclude? We hadn't saw him in a while.
I know. There should be a Happy Joey Day. Yeah.
He's under my chair.
Where is he? Oh, yeah. Oh, he fell asleep.
Yep.
And then we have Coco, my little diva.
Yeah. You know, Russell loved Christmas.
Whole anti-Christmas focus also came from Rutherford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think, wasn't it true that the last Christmas celebration was in 1926 before they became Jehovah's Witnesses, the name, but it was Rutherford's idea.
Was it 26 or 29? Because in 29, a lot of stuff changed.
Yeah.
Whew. That's when he done away with the 1799 teaching. 1914 became
okay.
The time Jesus sat on the throne rather than a continuation of the end.
So possibly Mother's Day was one of the first holidays that Rutherford did away with. Okay.
Huh.
Well, there you go. So you have Christmas.
So he was a chauvinistic
doing away with that, at least in the late 20s.
Yeah.
Before they became officially known as Jehovah's Witnesses, and I guess for Mother's Day. Not sure when they did away with birthdays. Do you?
I'm sure that was him as well.
And then
Booker T. Let's just say.
And then of course it just kept adding to it. A pioneer sister in my car group complaining about the prohibition on Mother's Day because she had a non-JW daughter who would buy her gifts. Oh. Yeah. I know. It's like, well, again, nobody matters.
Coco, you're crawling these days? Getting that old?
So, oh, I know, right? But then mother is spoken with reverence in the writing department.
Mother.
As in Sophia. And they used to
if
call
the
the Watchtower Society Mother back in before the 80s, I think.
Glenn Dancing had a song named Mother.
Yes. But mothers aren't important in Jehovah's Witnesses. Hey, Coco, you want to come up here?
No, don't pick her up. She bites.
I just wanted people to see her.
Yeah, all right, pick her up so they can hear her. Sounds like the Tasmanian devil.
I can move the camera. Hey, baby girl.
No, don't do that.
As far as I know, birthdays became frowned on in the 30s and 40s. Okay, and finally banned in the early 50s. Yeah. Days, birthday, yeah. Beards, crosses, Rutherford's did a lot of, yeah. That's Serene. Yeah. So, Watchtower still called Mother right now, or the organization? I never hear them say that. I always hear them just say
Jehovah's Organization.
Jehovah's Organization.
They could call it Mother. That'd be about the same thing.
Yep, because Jehovah's the Father. So, okay, disfellowshipping started in 1954. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I did. Did you ask that? Yeah, that's all Nor.
Okay.
Because before that, they said only people with disfellowship people is the Catholic Church and made a huge deal out of the Catholic Church doing it.
Does anyone remember that about Rutherford? He made a big deal about we don't excommunicate. That's only the Catholics. And then
Nor did in the beginning, same thing. And then later, all of a sudden,
well, they're worse than the Catholic Church now.
I think there's a Watchtower that's only like 6 months before they started disfellowshipping, where he talks about not disfellowshipping.
Mother is Asherah plus Yahweh.
Yep.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 70s, I guess, and before. I remember us going to family Thanksgiving gatherings with our relatives and Christmas. Well, that wasn't the JW way.
Yeah, no way.
You hear it in Internet Network. It's on the special issued branch phones with the stocks and shores and special hub logins. And it must be Mother, right? The name Mother for Jehovah's Witnesses.
I've never heard of it. That sounds very cult.
It's before the 80s is when they were talking about it.
That sounds extremely culty.
Yeah.
That's more than
Raymond Franz mentioned it. He mentioned it in an interview that they called it Mother. It's like creepy, isn't it? It is terrible to baptize little kids. And we did see in the last convention we went to, didn't see a little kid. We did see a couple of young people, but just saw a lot of old ladies too, right? There's some old ladies in there getting baptized. Yeah. I guess they were converting.
Well, they were all just, family members.
Right. It's probably people that have been around the organization for years.
We were standing there and somebody said, that's Aunt such and such. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Oh, you remember when a person got disassociated, you could still talk to them?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That must have been a long time ago.
Hey, you make somebody feel old.
No, because, I mean, it's not that. It's just that I don't remember them saying that. So it must have been a very long time ago when they changed the rules.
Oh, you'll be old one day.
It's not about that. I'm just talking about changes in the doctrine. Bo brought lots of things. Watchtower has shares in Henrietta Riley Trust Fund.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see that. Thanks, Maverick. Maverick, post that up. That's really good. It says, Watchtower, May the 1st, 1957, page 274. If we are to talk in the light of truth, we must recognize not only Jehovah God as our father, but his organization as our mother.
Wow, very good.
That is insane. Talk about culty.
How did you find that so quick?
You're good, man.
Yeah. Oh, here goes another one. Watchtower 1950. So he does not like it when any professed Christian disrespects the mother organization. Da, 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 da.
Man, that screaming cult. Woof.
Okay, so Jenny, you remember this as well when
ChatGPT makes me look good. Oh, I love ChatGPT.
Whenever you could still talk to disassociated ones, but then later you couldn't talk to them. Must have been in 77. Okay.
Oh, a pasta babe said, I remember these days.
Okay. All right. So they must have changed it like probably after Raymond, because he left in like 1980. So it wasn't as long ago, but so they made the rule. There you go, Bo, about shunning those who disassociate in 1981. Okay. Right. Because of what happened with Raymond. Yeah.
Jenny remembers.
So, okay. So they changed that and made it, they had to be, of course, meaner now.
Yeah.
And I mean, even though you can talk to disfellowship ones to invite them to a meeting, you're not supposed to be talking to apostates at all. Well, 1937, Watchtower said people shouldn't get married unless they couldn't control themselves. In 1937. So, Rutherford was in charge then. Surprised he would say that. He had a woman. He had the Coca-Cola lady.
He had several women.
Well, how many do we know of?
Well, that's true. The Coca-Cola lady, Harris.
Yeah.
That was his
he
nurse.
He ditched his wife and ran off.
Oh, no, the nurse was different. That's lady. Two. We know the Coca-Cola lady and the nurse.
Okay, two women he had. Plus, he was a drunk.
Yeah.
And he's going to sit here and point fingers at people. Who remembers the opportunity to buy shares into Twin Towers before the disaster? Ah. And that was as pitched by Watchtower rep. Wow. February 1961. He acknowledges Jehovah as his father and Jehovah's organization as his mother. He becomes awake to the light of God's law and finds himself on the way of life. Well, another reference to mother. Okay, now you can't get married unless both Jehovah's Witnesses or you're both Jehovah's Witnesses, or you get kicked out in 2013. I thought it was older than that. I didn't think you could get kicked out for getting married to a non-JW as long as you were married. Now, I had heard that back in the 70s, they would kick you out for marrying a non-JW, even if you got married. So, but maybe someone can confirm that. Another thing people thought was done away with, but is alive and well, is Pleiadians and the Nordics in Norway. I don't know what that is. Do you?
What's that?
Are you paying attention?
I was talking to a friend of mine, unalived himself 2 days ago, and I'm telling another friend that we were all real close in the gym at one time. So.
Yes, Stephen Lett's wife did die. They did mention that today in the annual meeting. That drawing in the Revelation Climax book shows Jehovah and looks like Asherah or Isis or something. Oh, well, I have the book. So if you happen to know what page it's on, let me know. Book? The Revelation book.
Oh, we got several versions, copies of it.
If you can tell me what page it's on, I can go look it up and show it on here. Didn't Toni Morris say that you, as male, can't get married unless you're a ministerial servant? Well, that would make sense for him to say something like that because, you're not worthy. You're not worthy unless you have some privileges in the congregation. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the back cover has it.
Okay, I can check. So, all right. So RC thinks that the top are into Gnosticism.
deeply gonna be missed.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, so will Stephen Lett get remarried? I wonder, is there a way to do a poll on here? Because I don't know how to do
Tony Mars vanished like smoke. Yes, he did. But he's in Lumberton, North Carolina.
I don't know how to do a poll. I mean, there's no way
Hey, St. Copilot.
me to do a poll. I don't have a lot of. I don't have good. What do you call features on here?
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. All right. But what I can do is, I can add. I can share the invite guest on here. So if anyone would like to come on here, I'm going to go ahead and post that in the comments.
I'll come on. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, hi, ST Copilot. And yeah, so and really, I guess.
Have you ever heard of the Festivus tree?
Little sheep bye.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us. Come on and share your grievances.
Yeah.
Preferences.
As difficult as Tony Morris came across, a part of me feels really bad for him.
Actually, that's true. Because Tony truly believed the stuff where the rest of those guys did not.
Look for that book.
Joey, baby, what are you doing?
All right. So there's some sort of.
Let me the baby.
Oh, maybe it's this. No, that's Jesus.
Okay.
So we're looking for
Festivus.
Let
me baby.
This was it. This, but this is like Jesus and the bride. So I don't think that was the picture that you're talking about.
Get the aluminum pole. Hey, we ought to do aluminum pole.
Aluminum pole.
Yeah, Festivus for the rest of us. You know.
Okay.
Come on and share your references.
Yeah.
Amy, baby. He's wanting to be annoying.
We'll get little Joey over here. Oh, page 277. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow, somebody found it already. ChatGPT must have been helpful. Oh yeah, no, it's the same picture, right? I thought this, but I was thinking that was Jesus and the bride.
Got a lot of highlights going on that page.
That's not my book.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else. So does anybody know who this is supposed to be?
Who is it? It's a tarot card or something?
I always thought it was Jesus and the bride, which
Mary
is
Magdalene?
144. It represents 144,000.
Oh, okay.
You know, the bride.
Oh.
So that's what I thought. So I don't know. Does anyone have a different understanding of that? Did they have any new light at the annual convention? Yeah, we did mention that earlier. So basically the latest thing, hold on, let me get Joey because Anthony wants him so badly up here. And he's a baby. He's a beautiful little baby. Yes, he is. Hi. He has his hand paws. Hey.
He can grab with him.
He's going to raise his hand and comment.
Oh, my. No. He's never been a witness. Coco was.
Oh, okay. So the bride is supposed to represent the organization, to put it directly. Okay. The organization and not the 144,000, which is technically supposed to be the organization, right? Because the organization's ran by part of the 144,000 and only can be ran by anointed ones, right?
Mommy.
Okay, so the annual meeting, of course, we have a new book for those who did not get a chance to watch 4 hours of that. We have a new book called Walk Courageously with God. I'm not really sure what they're going to be using it for, like Bible studies or what. I don't know if does anybody know that. Like, is this just a book that they're going to be studying in the meeting one day, or is this a book that they're using to study with new people? Worldly dog.
Yeah, worldly dog. I love it.
He's a worldly dog. And The other thing was that they have 9 new tracks to hand out to people, but it's going to be also digital to where they could pull it up and click on a video and that'll show up.
What was the little place called where you walked up and got your books and stuff?
I forgot. And then
God.
yeah. And then
Hey.
he's leaving.
I love you too.
And then they'll probably just get Joey to agree to a Bible study.
Whoa.
I'm sure there's a pioneer somewhere desperate to get their hours. Right. Only pioneers are counting the hours now, and not the regular publishers.
Make sure you get your books and your new flyers at the Kingdom Hall.
And then the other thing was that
Worldly dogs are best.
Stephen Lett's wife died. That was another new thing. And also the
Worldly Dogs. I love it. That is a good one, Jeff.
Yeah, Worldly Dogs.
Another band name.
And let's see. They're still working on Ramapo, and that's going to be a long haul, it looks like, because all I saw was a bunch of dirt everywhere and some trees that they planted. And then they haven't even built any buildings yet. Nothing. There's a bunch of dirt.
Well, got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I know. And the other thing that they were saying is that Jehovah is going to protect all the Jehovah's Witnesses physically during Armageddon. So
that could be at any moment.
Yeah, at any moment, but we don't know when, but it could happen in our lifetime, or maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, but let's live.
But it could be at any moment.
Yeah, so.
But it might not be in our lifetime, but it could be at any moment.
So what do I do in the meantime? Well, I'm waiting for this
never-ending
Armageddon to
go
come.
Pioneer. When you're in doubt, Pioneer.
Yeah.
When you're troubled, Pioneer. When you have any issues, Pioneer.
You're funny. Oh, not as cute as Joey. And Stan says, "I'm not picking up your poo, man." I love that. Philippians 3, verse 2 says, "Look out for the dogs. Look out for those who could cause injury. Look out for those who mutilate the flesh." Wow. It sounds like a terrible doggy out there doing that.
Oh, man. I love this. Did you see this?
No. Doggy. Is he an unbaptized publisher?
Yep.
Oh,
yes, he is. Oh. Lean.
Yeah. Let's see. The celestial city is Metatron's cube. The pearls think flower of life and platonic solids. In the beginning, there was the 2 luminaries, feminine moon, masculine sun, 2 trees, Boaz and Jachin. Okay, are you familiar with this?
What's that?
What I just said.
Oh, let me go back.
Right here, the celestial city.
Okay. The celestial city. Are we talking about Mormons?
I don't know. I'm confused.
All right, hold on. So the celestial city is Metatron's cube, the pearls.
Orlando JW.
Flower of life.
Hello.
Platonic solids in the building. There was 2 luminaries, feminine moon, masculine sun.
Will the people that died in the flood of Noah's time remember drowning if they get resurrected? That's a good question. Yeah.
Oh, you held up the Revelations book.
Yeah.
Just now, yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that what that was about? Okay. Boy, that's kind of confusing stuff, isn't it?
Revelations book, yeah.
It's a weird. So this book here is kind of it's a very strange book for sure. Lots of weird images.
Yeah.
As we all know.
So. And if you read it enough times, you'll have a grand climax.
Yeah. I know. So
Matthew hurts Matthew's brain.
yeah. I know. So Coco is whining over
Hey,
here.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando JW N4.
We've got a new guy. N4?
Yeah.
Like inform, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Man, this Ramapo project, they keep moving it back. It'll be funny to see when they finally do get it finished.
Yeah.
If it makes it, because the lawsuits are going to start hitting very, very soon. I can't wait to see the Pennsylvania lawsuits hitting, but they're finally coming up. So it's going to be a tough year. 2026 will be a tough year for them beginning for the witnesses and moving forward from then.
So, all right. So
oh yeah, I did too, Booger too.
What is it?
He said he thought they would get rid of the overlapping generation doctrine.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I actually thought they would do birthdays at least, but
but not yet, anyways. Yeah. So, page 173 of the Revelation book, the angels are announcing the convention at the Yankee Stadium.
What? That's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. No, that's not true. He's just being silly.
Yeah.
Or she.
It might be what it says.
Well, actually, maybe you're right. Here it is. Over here. Yeah. They were the Cedar Point, Ohio convention. Oh yeah, you're right. Dang. Yeah. I was like, I thought that was a joke.
I mean, they print crazy stuff like that all the time.
They were speaking about this 2,000 years ago about the highlights of the convention that was going to happen in 1922. They predicted this about 1900 years ago. That Cedar Point, Ohio, then that was Los Angeles, California, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, London, England, Toronto, Canada, and Detroit, Michigan.
Oh yeah, I do remember
all
that.
In the 20s.
Evil claw.
That's so funny. Wow, they made an announcement and it was all in the book of Revelation. Right.
Yeah, it was the landmark convention at Cedar Point.
Yeah, let's see. It does mention
Cedar Point,
Ohio. Right. Their first one, wasn't that their first convention? In
I don't know. Millions now living will never die. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it says in 1922, Cedar Point, Ohio. I'm pretty sure that was their first one. If anyone wants to know, tell me for sure. It says here, a challenge to Christendom's leaders in religion.
Deanne said she was just going by memory.
Wow.
That was pretty good to do that.
A challenge to Christendom's leaders in religion, politics, and big business to justify their failure to bring peace, prosperity, and happiness. Messiah's kingdom is the panacea. I remember them saying that word. I never really knew what that meant, but they like to use big words. The only trumpet blast coming from the convention was coming out of the ass of Rutherford. Too much gas. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So that was their first convention.
Jane Spitfire was born there.
Wow. Yeah. 1922 first convention. That's what I was thinking it was. Their very first one.
Yeah.
Before they became Jehovah's Witnesses, because they didn't officially come out with that name until the year. Dun, 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 dun. You want to say? I know. I mean, I think we all know the year, right?
Well, let's see.
Somebody guess. What year was it?
We need to give away some bumper stickers too.
We'll do a little challenge, just like in the annual meeting. They gave 15 questions about the governing body members because they're so special. So, nope, that's not the year. Born JW. Close though.
Born JW missed one. I'm impressed.
Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was 1931.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. 1931 got the first name. Yeah, Jehovah's, when they came out with the name Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. I'll never forget them talking about Cedar Point, Ohio. I still remember 11-year-old me at the book study thinking that's the most random event that could have mentioned in the Bible. Look how special we are. Look how we toot our own horn. We're just so
They
amazing.
do that.
Oh, they were doing that at the annual meeting. Oh, we're just...
Well, they got to because nobody else is going to.
Poor us. We're persecuted. They always have to mention being persecuted during the Nazi regime, and then like they were like the biggest group being persecuted.
Meanwhile, 6 million poor innocent Jewish people.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So they were, and also Jehovah's Witnesses. All they had to do to get out of that was sign a paper saying they didn't want to be Jehovah's Witnesses anymore, or serve in the military, and they could have gotten out of it, but they chose to go to concentration camps instead, whereas other people did not even get a choice. So
when your cult has you that brainwashed, there's an issue.
Remember them talking about
cults are powerful, man. People don't realize.
Mysterious JW on the convention program.
In California, man, there was cults of all kinds. There's one.
Yes, their conventions are a waste of time.
A survivalist cult. I don't remember the name of them. I think they have a big compound out in Nevada.
Oh yeah. Hi, CO Visit. Oh, I know, you're right, Born JW. That was the alarm code for our Kingdom Hall too, 1931.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we had an alarm code.
What? Oh.
To get into the Kingdom Hall, and it was 1931. So they might want to change that passcode. We could get in if we have a key.
It could have been 1914.
Yeah. If you have a key, of course. I had a key for a while.
1914, 1915, 1918, 1925.
Highest concentration of anointed was in Germany at the time. So the idea was to break their spirits, not to kill them. Yeah. Hello, CO Visit. We appreciate you coming in. Oh, okay. Maverick, your Kingdom Hall, it was 1914 was the passcode. It'd be really easy to figure out these passcodes to get it, or alarm codes to get into their Kingdom Hall.
I have no anticipation whatsoever of going into one of those
what are you
going to
go in there and get, really?
The files.
Maybe some... Oh, yeah.
That's all anybody
Just
wants.
grab the file cabinet.
But we know where the files are for some of these here, so that doesn't matter.
You could get sued for that, too,
Yeah.
Can't go take that.
Well, they take them home now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're not at the Kingdom Hall?
Uh-uh.
I remember in my old congregation, they had a file cabinet in the back in this little small room where they kept their private files,
Yeah, there was one in that Kingdom Hall we were in, that file cabinet in
it. An apostate JW congregation was using the code 1975 for their alarm.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, it's funny.
That's terrible.
So Rick Farron's show is on now, so I'll be going there. Bye and take care. Okay, thanks Dallas for coming.
See you, Dallas.
Appreciate you coming in.
Peace and love, brother.
The easiest pins to hack with Jehovah's Witnesses, that's for sure. We just made 75% of the Kingdom Hall security public.
That's terrible.
I know. Oh yeah, and they were saying too, like on the annual meeting, we have 100,000 people listening, blah blah blah, and then Exjw Caleb was like, well, that's not counting all of us, listening here. And just like, yeah, it's more than that, actually, And just because there's so many people listening to the annual meeting does not mean that they are believing in it.
They had 100,000 people listening.
What was more than
out
that?
of the whole world? Wow.
Well, I don't know if it was whole. I don't really know how many countries. I think they did list. They listed a handful of countries and of people. Of course, they had people in person and people listening online, and they didn't know about the other leaked ones, and so it was like maybe 150,000. I could be wrong, but somewhere like that. And it was like several countries they listed. So
you got to remember when I very first went to a convention with her, it was packed. It was a packed house, and there was a bunch of people got baptized. Now I go to a convention 8 years later, and it's just very few people there, and only like 6 or 7 people get baptized. I was like,
Yeah, well, in our last convention we went to, again, this is a regional convention of like 1,500 people that were there. A regional convention.
And 200 on
9 people.
online.
Yeah, about 200 people online. 9 people got baptized. 9.
Oh, 9. That's
and
what
I was asking my mom, like, so why? Somehow we ended up on the subject of the regional convention, and well, first I was like, why do they keep changing the name? Right? The other update, the governing body update, was that they were going back from calling international conventions, they called them special conventions, back to international conventions. And so I was asking, like, well, why? I didn't even know they had special conventions. And so it's basically the same thing, of course. So you have the international convention, and it's all the same. And I was asking her, somehow we got on the district assembly topic. Why did they change the name? And she's like, well, we don't have district overseers anymore. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's what it is. But I was like, so why? Somehow we got on the subject of how the people. I was like, why are there so few going to the regional convention? Oh, they're divided up, and they have to break off and to like, Lord, there's just so many of them. In her opinion, there's just so many Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was like, well, why were there only 15 people in there? Yeah. And she's like, oh. Mm-hmm. Like she didn't know the answer to that one. No, no, it's not growing; it's shrinking. There were 44 baptized.
They say numbers is not what it's all about, but yet they talk about numbers constantly.
I know. There were 44 baptized at the convention I was baptized at. There were 8 brothers from my congregation baptized there, and that was this year, I guess. So, wow. Well, it's more than what we had.
Leave them up a little longer.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. What is CO has? Okay. So if you're wanting to go watch the annual meeting, I'm sure in the near future they are going to have it. They're supposed to have it actually on the website, the jw.org website. But if you want to go watch it right now, you can go to Exjw Caleb's channel, and he has it on a live stream. He just posted it today, so you can go watch it if you want to.
Hello, thanks for coming and signing on to the channel, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I can't see without my glasses.
Eisen. Well,
Eisen.
Hi, hello, Eisen. Do we allow children?
Oh, Eisen Pro 14. I like that, Pro 14. Okay.
Do you allow children in the stream?
No.
Well,
this is an adults only kind of thing because the content is not really child friendly occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, it is for the most part.
No. No. Saw too many channels get yanked down.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. He was born in 2014. Okay. Well,
2014. Let's see.
Oh. Well, I mean, hey, it's. Are you a PMO? Are you physically in, mentally out? I mean, it's not that we mind having young.
You're only 11. Come on, no.
Well, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's
very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm guessing you must be questioning your beliefs.
Well, at 11, come on. That's just not for us to even communicate or even talk about.
Hello, Jay. He's driving me saying hi.
Yeah.
Jay, you're on every live stream there is.
No doubt. Did you see him today?
I saw you on the annual meeting there. I was like, wow.
I saw a lot of people on there.
Yeah, I see a lot of the same people that are on here on the other channels. I guess we kind of end up on going to all of the XJW channels in the end.
Yeah, we all do. All of us do.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Bethany and Jonathan's channel. I look at everybody's channel. Mike and
Just about
Kimmy's.
it. Mm-hmm.
Alt
Of course,
Worldly,
Wally.
of course, Wally.
I had gone to
Panda.
Massimo's site.
Everybody's. I mean, you name it.
Massimo's site back when another Italian ex-member of a society shared his info,
Yeah.
and he had his bio on there, all his work, his books. Oh, well, that sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
We ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are way nicer than your congregation. For sure.
Jeez, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Yep. So we got the latest update. And I think, of course, I believe there's going to be another, there's going to be a, what I want to say, a broadcast probably on Monday, which we will take a look at and see if we can rebuttal it, unless it's like super boring. So when was your last time in a Kingdom Hall? Well, for
not so long ago.
It was recent because we went to go visit and check it out. It was about a month ago, probably. Jenny. And I would say before that, he hadn't been to one since, like I said, I don't know. It was many years ago.
A long time, and that was an awful experience.
Oh, as soon as he'd sit down, this is when I was, believing in it and trying to get him to convert. We'd sit down, and it was like, I'm not joking. As soon as we sat down, he'd fall asleep.
It was the worst thing I'd ever been to in my life.
Oh, come on.
Look, yes, I was doing good. I went from kicking rocks and, doing my own thing, believing in there's a God, believing that God is real, believing the Bible's totally wrong, and believing Jesus existed and was real, to, being involved with someone who is really religious. I was like, wow, this is different.
Mm-hmm. Something makes me think that Jeffrey Jackson said that Jehovah is in control of AI. Does that mean that the organization is using AI channels? I'm sure they are. Yeah. But not because Jehovah's in control of that. If you use ChatGPT long enough, ChatGPT will wake you up. ChatGPT, if you're a Jehovah's Witness and you start asking ChatGPT questions about Jehovah's Witnesses, they're going to tell you the truth about it.
That is true, man. It will.
Yeah, because I actually looked up stuff about it. I was like, wow, they were right about this stuff. And I mean, you can't trust everything it says, but it could make you start questioning your beliefs. I don't really think.
Oh, YouTube recommended this stream. Okay, cool.
Really?
Yeah, but
it's
like
that's great.
My last time physical kingdom. Oh, okay. This is Jeff.
Pre-COVID. Okay. Your last Kingdom Hall was your last memorial was 2021.
Oh, Jenny was last year. Oh, wait a minute. I was in it last year for a funeral. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, AI is the new writing department at Bethel. I know. It's like piece of cake now, right?
Well, if that's true, if AI is doing that and they're asking all this information, do you not think those people are waking up there too? I mean, they've got to see all this stuff.
That's true. I would think so.
Yeah.
ChatGPT levels the book.
Look at this focus.
Yeah.
Every time I do it makes me.
Yeah. So for me, before this last meeting that we went to about a month ago, it was when I was visiting my mom, and that was probably about a year ago. I just went to a Sunday meeting, and of course she was trying to get me to go to the midweek meeting too. I was like, I got out of that one.
Wow, like 20 people went over to Rick Farron's.
Yeah, I know. this is like the bad time for us to be on here, I guess, because interfering with too many channels at the same time, I guess.
Thank you, Pasta Babe, for asking that, because I didn't want to, but thank you.
Yeah. AI gets...
I don't even know what this is. I'm not even American. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to be American to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Most of them are not.
You're right. AI gets its knowledge from eavesdropping on us. That's so true. That says a lot about what people are saying. Yeah, I know. It's true. Like AI will be like, let me search the website. Oh, yes, we've come across this stuff about Jehovah's Witnesses. According to the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, they say blah, blah, blah. Oh, thanks, Born JW.
Well, Kim needs hearing aids. What?
I'm already my favorite chat room, Born JW says.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much for that, man.
What now? What were you saying? Oh.
The AI is able. That's Matthew Gray.
Okay. They will need to be the die-hard ultras at Bethel to ignore the facts on the net.
Yeah.
Right. And I really do believe that a lot of them have got to be awake that are in leadership roles.
Yeah.
I guess this is some kind of religion. It sounds cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's about Jehovah's Witnesses, but really what we talk about here is
why not to ever become one.
Yeah, it's about, we call it ex-Jehovah's Witness community, but we just basically break apart some of their doctrines and prove some of the things to be incorrect. I mean, you can't prove everything, I guess.
But what got me was his name, Ian Pro 14. Huh. Interesting. He chose 14.
Eisen.
Yeah.
Eisen. Yeah.
All right.
So
keep going.
This channel talks about how Bethel actually turned bad. So why is Watchtower using Bethel? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. That is a good question.
Bethel.
Knowing the truth. Oh, yeah, maybe that's too many Pillowgate situations.
Oh, it's Pasta Babes.
Knowing the truth doesn't mean you will follow it. Some stay where they are because they feel safe. That is so true. That is so true. So a lot of times people will stay in something even if they realize that something is wrong about it, but they're comfortable there. They don't know where else to go. Where would they go? They'd be scared to leave. And I think that's what keeps people in. Plus, if they have family in it and all that too, even if they don't believe. Now, of course, you have the diehards that do believe and will follow to the end. The lie, living in the lie, not the truth.
Yeah. Maybe we should sell pinky rings on our shop.
Ooh, there you go. Some pinky rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got time for dinner. Talk to you later. Okay, Sue. I hope that bread turned out good last time.
Oh yeah. Which we told you all the way up to the last 5 minutes, and then we just totally forgot until you said, "Oh, this bread's so good." I was like, "Ah."
Yeah. Yeah.
I need a cup of Rosalie. Yeah. This is a song about it.
So, okay, let's do story time. Anybody want to do a story time? Anybody can come on the chat, and if you want to share an experience where, let's say, what would be a good one? An awkward situation that happened to you.
Where's Maverick?
With the elders. Let's say, if anybody has that.
Oh, Artsy, come on.
Yeah. And if not, then I'll just talk.
Jane Spitfire, I know you got one, dear. Where's she at?
I know. Yeah. Okay. So
I guess about a cup of tea called Rosalie.
So, well, you actually have some good ones too, because even though you only studied,
Yeah, but they would just tell me all kinds of stuff, yell at me, everything.
They were yelling at you and telling you what you, why you shouldn't, you should listen.
Well, I took it as
a story.
Yeah. There's Maverick.
Well, yeah.
About elders.
Well, like maybe just an
happy thoughts.
Maybe an awkward situation with the elders, or maybe it could be like something where hypocritical. Maybe they over here pointing fingers at you, the elders, and then
Born JW,
you find out something about them.
Born JW said, when is it not awkward with the elders?
I know. It's definitely very awkward. Like, I have been in some meetings with them that were awkward, that were not judicial committees or anything, but I know, like, I been in some awkward situations with them.
Teach you how to do a talk.
I was in lots of
whatever that thing is where you sit up there and
what?
Where you act like you're going door to door thing. Didn't you get in trouble for that one time?
What are you talking about?
Because you didn't do the part.
Oh yeah, that I wasn't in trouble. They just were mad because I didn't do a part that they wanted me to do. And oh, you got one, Maverick? Okay, come on the stage. I didn't do a part that they wanted me to do because they went and asked my husband and instead of me, and I was like, well, I'm not doing it if they don't ask me, disrespectful, So then they got mad, and then they started like just calling me out without saying my name about what happened. Of course, I've had plenty of meetings with the elders that were not judicial committees. We had an elder do a shepherding call on us, telling us how wonderful his daughters are, but we knew they were sleeping around. Yeah. In Finland, brothers asked circuit overseer about 1914. CO asked, do you have a toilet? About 15 minutes later, he left and didn't answer about 1914. Oh, so he was scared to answer that.
Who was?
A circuit overseer about 1914. Oh. You have a situation with, when he was studying, he actually met with a circuit overseer.
Oh yeah.
And it was
the elder
study.
Yeah.
And then the circuit overseer asked you you asked some questions. What was it? You had told me the other day.
I don't even remember.
It was some questions where you were like, well, wait a second. Do you want me to tell you what I think about this? I mean, you don't want me to tell you what I think about this.
That's what I said. You don't want me to use my own words. You want me to regurgitate what you say.
And what did he
rather than to tell you what I honestly think, but yet you tell me to tell you what I think about this.
Yeah.
But you want me to read what the answer is. I was like, this is
this
is ridiculous. Do you not see the problem here?
What was the response?
He got angry.
What did he say to you?
All I remember, he told me to read A.H. Macmillan's book about something that I did have a question about. Faith on the March, which if you read that book, and it's right there now, and you read that, you will real quickly find out that even though it's slanted toward Jehovah's Witnesses, there's things in there that are definitely not pro JW. It's kind of like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so he yelled at you though?
Yeah, he yelled at me, and he told
that we should not be.
He told Brother Hicks he didn't think I was going to become a baptized member.
Yeah. Well, what are we wasting our time with you for, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
So, I mean, if somebody comes to you and they want you to come to convert to their religion, but yet they yell at you at the same time.
Oh, it's listed. Where is the stream? Jeff wants to know where's the link for StreamYard.
They can't be of God. I actually put it in the comments, but I should have put it in the description. I will do that in a minute.
Yeah.
The last time an elder came to my front door, he had his hands raised above his head and saying, "I'm not armed."
Oh my.
How's that for awkward? I once knocked on the door of someone I had tried to chat up a few weeks earlier in a bar. The elder I was with talked to her, and I wished the ground swallowed me up. It was her granny's house. Oh my goodness. Oh, how awkward. As elders, we continually sent 2 elders to see a couple whose adult daughter was disfellowship for supporting her. Her mom bought her wedding dress, so she was counseled, persecuted, more like. Wow. How could they nitpick stuff like that? It's ridiculous. All right, so what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this and put it, whoops, wait a second, how do I cancel? All right, oh yeah, here we go, edit, and then I'll go in the description here. Okay, and then I just do that. Now, save. Oh, whoops. Oh, can't do that.
You used to put it right down here.
You know what? I was supposed to have done it in the description, but I can do it in the comments here. And try again. Okay, there we go. There. Now, I just put it in the comments. Okay. If someone wants to come on the show, they can just click on this link here.
Look at this photograph.
Come on here if they want to tell a story.
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Oh, here we go. Jeff wants to come on. So
Jeff!
I wasn't finding it again lately. I'm subscribed it to so many channels and it didn't show. Okay.
In the middle of the Watchtower study, he was like, "You're either a construction worker or one of the village people."
Oh,
oh my goodness.
And I was like, what? I'm like, how do you respond to that? Yeah. And then there was one time, oh my goodness, this was really bad. It was because it made everybody feel awkward. But it was talking about I don't know what he was thinking when he said this, but it was something they were talking about Abraham, I think, and Sarah. And like Abraham said something to Pharaoh about "take my wife, please." Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, he said, please. And everybody was like, okay, you really shouldn't have said that. In the middle of the Watchtower. Oh my goodness. Like his jokes just, oh man.
Inappropriate timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in the middle of the Watchtower. Oh man.
That would actually be cool to see. It would break it up.
It was, I mean, like it was just the whole story behind him being there was interesting too. Cause like I remember there was like one meeting, I think a few months after he was there, and like after the circuit overseer was there, there was there was one meeting where like 7 brothers were deleted. Wow. And like they were like, the brother got on stage for the announcement. This is a different brother get on stage for the announcement. It was like, so and so's been deleted. So and so's been deleted. And he just kept going down. Oh, I remember this guy's daughter was like, at the end of the meeting, she was cracking up. She was like, yeah, my dad was like, delete, delete, delete. So yeah, a lot of people did. But I mean, he was nice, but it was just, I don't know. But so there was one time too, and this is like more serious, with an elder in service. And this is one of the times I felt really uncomfortable in service. Because I'm the kind of person that if there's a group of people and everybody's thinking something but nobody's going to say it, like I'll be the one to say it. So we were out in service and we were like in a minivan, so like 5 or 6 of us. And these people at the house, I don't know if they were drinking or what, but they were like clearly bothered, like seriously emotionally distraught. Oh. And like the elder who was preaching to these 2 women, when he got back to the car, he was like, don't say anything to them. Don't speak. And like one of the women was asking us, like, how do you know it's the truth? How do you know it's the truth? Blah, 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 blah. I forget what the question was, but in my mind, I'm like, it's a very easy answer. So after a while, I'm like, this lady's bothered. She just needs to hear somebody say something. So I said something. But the response was really, really awkward.
Yeah.
Because it's like there was no reason. I mean, maybe in his mind, maybe he knew something I didn't know, but it's like it was a time where you could show compassion instead of just being cold. And he was a nice guy too. He was actually a nice guy. But man, in that moment, he was cold.
You know, the crazy thing.
That was awkward. Yeah.
The weirdest thing I ever saw was how the elders would get excited because the circuit overseer was showing up. I was like,
they never got excited. They always got nervous.
Yeah. So they was like, well, maybe that's what it was. But I was like, who cares? It's some dude showing up.
Well,
and then all these people would show up at the Kingdom Hall when he was there.
Yeah.
Like, this is weird.
Well, that's because they want to see what kind of amazing talk he's going to have.
He's a
and it was funny. There's one circuit overseer that like people did not like. Like people, I don't like they. I think some people, for the most part, he just wasn't liked. But like I sat and talked to him and like talked with his wife, and they were really cool people. And I remember like they invited me to their, because the Kingdom Hall I was at had the circuit overseer's apartment. So they were like, hey, and like my wife, something was, I don't know if she's out of town or what, but I was like by myself. So they were like, hey, do you want to like come and hang out with us after the meeting? And like I went to their apartment and was hanging out and just chatting. And like he was offering me beers and stuff. And like I asked him, I'm like, you know, what do you guys like about the circuit work? What do you not like? I was just having a regular conversation. And it was interesting because like they legit, both of them did not want to be doing circuit work. Okay. Like they really didn't want to. So I'm like, well, why are you guys doing it? Basically, like I think they were, you know, he had qualities like to do like company type stuff, I guess. He had like administrative qualities to him. But I mean, just talking to him, I can tell like his heart really wasn't with it. He was doing it out of almost obligation.
Yeah.
Like he just wasn't the type to lord it over people or just kind of be like an a-hole. He was a genuinely decent person. He's one person who I sincerely hope like was able to wake up and leave.
Well, maybe he did.
Yeah, I hope so.
Bo says when he was appointed an elder, immediately groomed by a prominent elder to get the presiding overseer out so he could take his place. We got rid of him, but then someone else got the job. Man.
Yeah. Politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Most pioneers hate going in service. Yeah. I did not like it. Did you like it, Jeff?
No.
I didn't either.
Hey, how are the differences in elders for you from English versus Spanish?
For me? Well,
meetings got shorter.
No, they got longer with the Spanish. The Spanish could go over a little bit on the time, and they seem to like they would. Let's say there's the Watchtower article, and it was question and answer, and it was like they would get so many people to answer a question, like so many. I was like, enough, move on. And that's why they would go over. It's because they it would be annoying. I mean, how many times can you ask the same question and get the same answer?
Yeah.
So that got annoying. And I know. And then I think also in Spanish, I felt more judgmental. Like I felt like there were more judgmental people in Spanish than in English. So it's like they would nitpick every little thing. Like, if you, like, I would come from work, and I was married at the time to Jehovah's Witness, and we would meet at the Kingdom Hall because I would come to work, and they had a problem with that. I'm like, I don't have time to go home and then go to the Kingdom Hall. So yeah, they would just nitpick like silly stuff like that. So I didn't like that. And but the things I did like was like they would have these like dancing parties, and those were fun.
Jeff, you were in French too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you were in French, right?
Yeah, so French was interesting because French, I was in a group. I was in like basically a Watchtower group that became a foreign language group that became a congregation. So that made it a little bit different. Everybody was there because they wanted to be there, and for the most part worked really hard to be there. There was one brother, and my goodness, it's funny, like when you look back on certain things and certain people, you wonder how they could have stayed witnesses. So one of these brothers, what was he from? Cameroon. But I guess he was living at one part of Africa at some point when the work was under ban, because we asked him like what the smallest convention he ever been to, and he said it was like 8 people because it was under ban. But it's like for all the qualities and all the things that he knew, you kind of wonder at what point did he like start to realize that something's not true about this. But he was kind of like he was the one that was responsible for it. So the French was a bit different. It was interesting. There was one brother there. He was actually a French brother, like native French speaking, or like half French or whatever. He ended up getting disfellowshipped, and he was an elder. So that was kind of like the scandal there. But no, French was a lot more relaxed. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear?
No, so
we had a Maverick in there, but I think he's muted right now.
Oh, okay.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
So, yeah, French was a lot more relaxed. When I went to New York and I went to the Haitian congregation, that was a whole different story. The way I describe it there is like the meetings just kind of happen. Like when you got to the meeting, you're like, was this thing even planned? But it was kind of great. The interesting thing, one of the cultural things I learned to me, that kind of taught me something about the organization is like the foreign language was kind of second class in some ways. I don't quite know how to put it in words, but it was kind of like you guys are just doing your thing. Okay. You do you. You're not really quite part of the real club.
Yeah.
So that's how it felt to me, and I don't know. It could have been because of the cultural backgrounds. But man,
small. Wasn't it a smaller group?
No. There was so in Brooklyn, basically anything that's French was Haitian, and they ended up turning everything to Haitian Creole while I was living there. And there were quite a few French or Haitian congregations there. Oh, so they kind of had their own little ecosystem there, but just kind of the way they were treated by English was like, oh, okay, like you guys can be there, but you're witnesses, but you're not quite us.
Okay.
Not all the time, but like in subtle ways, some people kind of had that thinking.
Yeah. Right. That's true. And let's see. Joe says, I didn't know about how Gilead would make you pay for your own plane ticket.
Oh, wow. I just found that out.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So you actually was in a lot of different congregations. So you was from New York. You're originally from New York, right?
I'm originally from upstate New York.
Okay. So you've been
from the other side, the opposite side of the state is where I'm from. Then we're also like Colorado, New York City, Virginia. And then I wouldn't say I was in New Mexico because I wasn't going to the meetings in New Mexico.
Right. So is there a huge difference in the congregations, different states? Because different states are like being in a different country almost in the U.S.
Were they different? Kind of. So to me, it felt like the closer you got back east, the more serious things got. As you got west, things were a lot more relaxed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Bo says, as elders, we kept rejecting a ministerial servant to be an elder. He was known for hospitality and love for the brotherhood, but not for the ministry. He was appointed and then deleted later. Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
So
So being hospitable wasn't enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So you got French and Spanish, or you did Spanish, right?
No, I never did Spanish. I did French and then Haitian Creole for a little bit.
That was right. Haitian Creole. That was it.
Oh, okay. Did both. Okay. Because they're similar languages, I think, aren't they?
Well, they're related. If you learn French, you can learn Haitian Creole.
Yeah. Okay. Maverick, did you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to let Jeff do his story and not interrupt. You know.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm good, guys. So we're talking about what stories about hypocritical behavior and
yeah.
Basically. I just had some audio problems with one of the computer I was on, and so I just used my laptop now. It's just it's working now. So
we can hear you.
Great stuff. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, where do I start? I mean, there's so many, but one I remember, which was quite early I was still quite young. I think I was in my early 20s, not that long baptized. And we had one of these elders. I think each congregation, had these super personalities that is always in the middle of everything, like flashy. I don't know if you had that in your congregations, but it's like, butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. They were not they're Teflon. You can't touch them. They can get away with anything. And yeah, this brother was the school overseer at the time, and I had a talk, and my suit, for some reason, it went through a phase where in my congregation you had to wear a suit and you had to have a white shirt on. I know that all this legalism, but and I said to the brother before the meeting, I said, look, I haven't got my suit with me. I've got almost matching jacket and trousers, and you wouldn't be able to tell really unless you really was concentrating on what I was wearing. And I said, he had just given a talk about local needs or something about making sure that the brothers turn up all right when they're giving talks. So this is just before the meeting, and I said to him, well, look, I've got a talk today, and I haven't got my suit, so is that going to be a problem? All right, no, I won't say anything then. Lo and behold, I give my talk. He gives me the usual counsel, and then he says, by the way, I have to mention what you're wearing. I'll make an example of you.
Oh.
And I'm like,
wow.
Okay. You should be wearing a suit. And he knows the story. I told him, it's just I couldn't get to the dry cleaners in time. It's a small example. It's a trivial example, but still, it's absolutely personified the kind of levels of picking on the stupid things that have non-importance. But then this guy was eventually turned out he was cheating on his wife with two sisters, in a different, very close intervals to each other. So he was the Casanova of the congregation. And yet he had the audacity to so I kind of learned that the more some of these elders were focusing on people and criticizing them, I made a rule for myself that the more they're hiding, because usually when you're getting on with your own life, you're not really worried about what everyone else is doing by and large. You're just getting on with your own life. So the guy's doing all right for himself. He's got a nice car. Great, good for him. Great. He must be doing something that he's rewarded for his hard work or whatever. You're happy for the person, but usually when people have got something too bad to say, or they're criticizing you and picking on you, they're usually hiding something. So that was just an example of one of the elders in my congregation at the time.
I think that's typical.
Yeah.
World for you.
There's a friend of mine who said, I'm going to go out and belt him one. I said, no, leave it. No, it's out of order. Why did he, because I had good friendships in my congregation, but they could see that the guy was, an absolute hypocrite, but it's too many examples, Yeah. Too many examples. I'm trying to think of some more heavy ones, but, they'll come back to me when I...
I know they'll run through my head eventually after I'm done with the live frame, I'll be like, oh man, I should.
You guys that's been in it all your life, I know you guys got. If you thought about it, would have so many stories.
Yeah.
Jeff's been in all kinds of congregations. I know
Yeah.
he's probably got stories.
Yeah,
in
lots
it
of
so
stories.
Oh man, there was one brother,
Yeah.
and this is gonna sound wrong, but it's kind of along the lines of Stephen Light, and I don't say this to sound funny, but I legitimately think that this brother had a learning disability.
Right.
Like when he would read, he literally couldn't. The simplest paragraph he couldn't read. So to me, if I were going to invite somebody to the meeting and like I knew he was giving the talk, I would not if there were new people at the meeting, I would be like so embarrassed if he was giving the talk or like even reading the Watchtower. And
but why would they get him to read the Watchtower? Because you have to be.
That's the part I don't get. That's what I don't get. And like it's one of those things when you're questioning. It's like you try to see things both ways, but then you have to be realistic too. Where it's like, okay, God can use anybody for any kind of purpose. Okay, great. But, if somebody sincerely wants to come to know God and like be a Jehovah's Witness or whatever, like, do you really think God would use somebody who's borderline illiterate to bring somebody who has, maybe like a college education? It's just, and it's not that, it's not like that he could or couldn't read. It's just that you would not understand what he was saying.
Right.
Like you couldn't understand him. So, and to me, like, I was just like, I was stuck between, okay, God can use anybody, but then it's like, okay, there has to be a limit to this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, he could be a great guy. He could, huh?
Jeff, Artsy said maybe he donated a lot. That might have been a no. Oh,
he didn't donate because he worked at he was a grocery store clerk.
Right.
Maybe they felt sorry for him.
But I mean, no, because here's the thing that got me just in my mind, just thinking about this as a thinking person. I'm like, maybe he could be great doing other things. Like he could be very hospitable. There's other things he can do, but
yeah,
and it's like, okay, so let's look at this from the other side. Maybe there's somebody who's very good at giving talks. Maybe there's somebody who's an excellent reader, but they're not necessarily the most hospitable person.
Well,
not that they're bad, but that's where they excel at. So, okay, wouldn't it make sense to see this person excel in this field? You're not going to send somebody that's like D- material to give the special talk or give the memorial talk.
Yeah, it's a good point, Jeff. It's a good point. It's a good point we're making. I'll tell you why. It's because that it just reminded me of the principle where it said some were given us like the gifts, like we all have
exactly
gifts. And if from a congregation standpoint or a Christian perspective, you're supposed to follow your gifts or make use of your gifts. So it says some were teachers, some were evangelizers, some were comforters, some were healers, whatever it is that you're naturally inclined to want to do. But in JW land, it's everyone's gift is the ministry.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
You have to do the ministry. And I think with me with the ministry, I really didn't mind it too much, generally speaking. But the part of it I didn't like was the enforced kind of voluntary. We all knew that we had to be out there, and I was more interested. Most of us, I think, found ourselves more concerned with how everyone else thought of us, rather than what our own internal feeling was. Because I knew that God, if you say we believe in the God of the Bible, and we read in the pages and we reading what Christ said and so on, his personality, I didn't think he'd mind me sitting at home on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning sometimes because I'm tired from work. I don't think he would have been too bothered about that.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know, because there's the whole point of a congregation or a group of people doing an activity is that when you're tired, they will take over, and when they're tired, you take over. That's the whole point. It's not one person with a soul. We're not. It's not the Apostle Paul on his first missionary tour. You know that you're the only one out there, so you've got to do it. So I never understood that. It never sat right with me. The fact that you weren't allowed to express your gifts, like you said, Jeff. The brother might be really, really good at public speaking, but absolutely petrified of the ministry. Why is he not allowed to be an elder? Because he may just do average contribution, or someone else is a great comforter. They know how to pick you up when you're feeling really down. That is a skill and a real gift to be able to do that. Pick someone up and turn them around from maybe very, very dark places in their minds. Oh, that's not valued either. No. How much do they go on the ministry? So you made a good point. I think it's overlooked sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I was thinking about that elder with the inappropriate jokes too. So it's kind of like a fond memory looking back. But what happened was, so this brother, like I said, we got along really well. I liked him, or he liked me a lot. But anyways, we were in the Kingdom Hall book study, and I was the assistant. And more times than not, he was not there. Like, I ended up being the de facto conductor.
Wow.
And it got to the point. So, man, I'm going all over the place. There's certain things when you look back at yourself and who you are. I think a lot of us might realize, like, there was no way we could have stayed Jehovah's Witnesses just because of certain qualities we had.
Yes.
So for me, I remember at the book study, I would always ask certain questions to draw out how people feel or what they think. So I remember specifically, I'd be like, okay, so what is this? What's the answer to this question in your own words? And I would say, like, in your own words.
Yeah.
Okay, we read the paragraph, but what do you say about it? And then I would say, okay, how do you feel about it? What does this make you feel? What does this teach you personally? So that was how I would conduct the book study. And we ended up being a really, really close book study. But when he conducted, it's like people didn't want him there.
Oh, really? They liked you better.
Because he stuck to the format.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking back, it's like
corporate.
Yeah, and it's like, to me, in my mind, I'm like, well, if you're going to conduct a book study and try to care for people and show concern, and if the material means something to you, those are the kind of questions you ask. And it didn't occur to me till years later, even after I left, that that's not the blueprint to being a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of think that way, but only to a certain point. And as years went by, it got less and less and less from like my style of thinking and teaching as well. But yeah, I was like, looking back, I'm like, the way I would ask those questions, there's no way like that would be compatible. If I were asking that at a Watchtower study with a pack of elders, like, that would get shut down.
Yeah, it would. Joe Jacobs made a really interesting point that I actually resonate with. The previous one, KC, about as soon as he got baptized, the kind of the enthusiasm stopped, or the friendly behavior by his congregation stopped. My actual Bible study conductor, after I got baptized, because I was 16 and a half when I got baptized, I was a man. I was young when I look back, really young. And he said to me, "Don't be hanging off my skirt tails, as it were, off my jacket,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're baptized now, you're on your own." And I'm like, oh my goodness me, I kind of looked up to him like a father, because or a very old, older brother, a role model, because my father was absent from my life. Really, he was around, but he was absent. So I kind of got this, thought I had this community, and people I thought I respected, and yet he just turned around and said that point blank, literally days after my baptism. And I'm like, oh my goodness me,
You're on your
wow, what a
own.
change. What a change. So, Joel, I totally, it's not an exaggeration when people tell you things like this, It's just like, it didn't matter to me in the end, but if I saw him now, speaking from in my 50s now, I'd have a few choice words to say to him about the kind of caliber of person that he was back then, They wouldn't, it's funny when you actually grow into the organization and you go into your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. I left in my 40s after 3 decades basically, and I look back at the caliber of stature of them, so the elders and so on. I'm thinking they're just really, really got, not all of them, I'm not saying all of them, but quite a lot of them are struggling for their own sense of self, and they're just bulldozed into this expectation of what they're supposed to be doing, and they lose themselves completely. And it's a shame. And the ones who leave are like you, Jeff, and like us, who were trying to hang on to ourselves and bring our own perspective into things, like you said in your study conductor, or just have your personality. I was always told I'm too much. Oh, you're too much. Your personality needs to tone it down. What do you mean tone it down? I wanted to be a rock star when I was in my teens, but turn it down.
Yeah. I guess the reason why they don't want people to have skills and talents is because they want to keep you robotic.
Yeah.
It takes away, from their agenda, which is to keep you robotic. So you don't get to be your own self.
Yeah, they don't like free-spirited people. It scares them because they're so like in the zone, and you know what it is? It's like a spiritual. You have logical fallacies, but you sort of have spiritual fallacies where it's kind of like it's disguised. Like, oh, you're doing this because you're spiritual. No, I won't learn an instrument because I want to spend more time devoted to. I don't want to be distracted. I want to. What do you mean? You maybe spend. Some of the people used to tell me that, because I was playing music before I became a witness. I started in around 14, 15, and it was like, there's hell no, you're not gonna. There's nothing that will stop me from playing guitar or being involved in music. And I came into the organization with that mindset. So, it's like, it was weird for me when I used to say, how many people in the congregation can play the piano or paint or do something artistic or anything creative? Like, hardly any. And if anybody used to say, oh, I'm interested in this, it would be like, but I'll wait till the new system. I'm like, what do you mean you wait till the new system? What, to learn to play the piano?
Because that takes away time from you serving Jehovah.
Yeah. And then they'll spend 10 hours a week, 10, 15, 20 hours a week just watching mind-numbing soap operas and TV.
Exactly.
So I said, okay, so you spend 3 hours watching that series that you've been watching for the last how many? I spend half an hour a day to practice my guitar. Even half an hour is enough just to keep your fingers, and but I'm the one who's I've got the problem. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. I just never understood it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that was going to better you and grow. You're just going to grow in a lot of different ways. Musical instruments, learning them, it helps you in a lot of.
Now, it wasn't not against the rules to learn. I mean, I learned an instrument, but I think what it is like, you don't want it to be like your main focus, right? Because it's all about the organization must come first, and then anything else, if you can fit it in and if you have time.
And Jehovah is code for the organization.
And it doesn't go against the organizational rules, all of those things. So again, you just go back to being a robot.
Yeah. I mean, I used to like going to live shows a lot, and it was always sort of like, I used to do it without telling people because I knew it was going to be frowned upon. Mm-hmm. And, but the rest of the congregation would just wanted to go to the movies, to the cinema or something, Mm-hmm. And I used to think, this is really strange. We're supposed to be hanging out and it'll be like two hours or so in the film, and then everyone would just go straight home. There was no conversation. There was no hanging out to go and eat somewhere and actually socialize and get to know people. It was straight to the parking lot, into the cinema. Can't talk because the film's on. Come out. Oh, see you guys. See. Like what?
Wow.
I'd rather spend some time with my mates jamming or going to a live show in a pub or a venue or something. No, they don't do that. It was weird. So I used to just do my own thing. Eventually, I've had a few friends who were of like mind, and we got quite close because of it. But for many years, over a decade, 2 decades of just being a loner, really, just doing my own thing, you know, which wasn't a problem. It's better that way most of the time. But yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
So Bo says some individual elders set a personal project to get someone appointed as an elder. I was often in a minority trying to prevent someone with mental deficiencies being appointed onto the body of elders.
Huh.
Yeah. I guess unfortunately, I think it's just like, Jeff, like you said, there were people who had skills and better skills at some things, but then they just, it's like they didn't care, I guess. I'm not sure what their plan is. Are they just trying to reach a quota or something? Like, okay, we got to have this many elders in the congregation, no matter what their skills level is. I mean, is that the goal?
I was never an elder, but in my mind, like if there's a group of elders sitting in a meeting, going over like different brothers, whatever, and they're discussing like the qualifications, what do you talk about? Like, is it actually a real conversation?
Yeah.
Is like how far is it beyond just saying, okay, does this person get 10 hours in service? Like what's beyond that?
It's true.
Because some people that would be really good are just some people that have no business being elders end up being elders.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's just you that know. It's like it's common knowledge that this person really shouldn't be up here.
It might be someone maybe they're buddies with, right? Could be it's and who you know.
Well, it would have to be because you knew.
Yeah.
There was people. Some of the elders were really nice people. And then there was this one who was just a total prick. And
Yeah.
you're wondering how can this person be an elder and try to perform the duties of an elder with that attitude,
Yeah, but Bourne says it has nothing to do with qualifications.
No, it doesn't.
I just remembered another example of ridiculous elders trying to wield their little sort of authority that they changed our group and they didn't tell us that they took my family out of the group. Well, they wanted to rather. So the elder comes around, 2 elders come around, the actual my former study conductor and this other elder who was the one I was telling you about, who was criticizing my attire for my talk, him and my what's it called, former study conductor, and he said, we've got some news for you. You're moving groups, and we loved our group. Funny enough, we were really close. Like Jeff, like I relate to what you're saying. I was really close to my group. We had a really strong, actual, real close group of people, and you just told us. And I said, hang on a minute, you're not even telling us why. I need to know why. What's happened? What's the reason? No, we don't have to tell you that. You know. And I said, well, I think it's a bit of a shock. We need to know why we're moving the group. And the group was like literally 5 minutes walk from where I am. Mm-hmm. And so to go to the other side of the territory didn't make sense to me. And so I said, I just wanted to know. And his response was, well, we will never make you a ministerial servant, like with that attitude. And I said, well, hang on a minute. Whoa. You said we. And I was getting annoyed with him. And I maybe I was too much of a personality for them, because I used to challenge them. I thought, if you're supposed to be equal, why am I worried about you? Like you said about the CEO's visit, every day it's like Jesus Christ has walked into the room. You know, why am I worried about you? You're just another person. So I had that way about me, and it grated on a lot of people. They didn't like that. So, cut a long story short, I asked him, why are you using the word we? I thought it was Holy Spirit that appoints ministerial servants and elders. Oh, and then the other brother who was my study conductor said, no, calm down. I said, no, I'm not going to calm down. He needs to answer that question. I said, who do you think? I said, I can go. At that time, obviously, I know the structure of how it works. We know the structure. You can go to a circuit overseer and complain about an elder or someone. I said, don't you think I can override you now and go straight to a circuit overseer, who actually I was a friend with at the time? He actually was a friend of mine. I said, I can go to, his name was Keith. I said, I can go to Keith right now and tell him your attitude right now. Do you think that's going to go down well? Oh my goodness me, it didn't go well with me then. I think they really were worried about me after that. But I said, I don't care. So we didn't go. We weren't moved. They just stopped that completely. So sometimes, putting your foot down at the right time it can work, but yeah,
Yeah, if you hear any squeaking in the background, it's my dog Coco.
Yeah, at least you're not mine for a change. I can't even move when she's over here. I'm trying to move her and stuff.
She's wanting me to feed her. So
hurry up and stop talking and feed me.
Yeah. So
it's not her dinner time yet.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's actually not.
It is. It's after 7.
Oh,
yeah.
Close.
That was a loud yes, Spark.
Yes. Yeah. You want din?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, so I appreciate you coming on and sharing these stories. And there's always plenty of stories, right? Because it's just like when you get into being a Jehovah's Witness, and then it's like so much gossip, and just it's either gossip or it's like there's always some problem. There's always, nothing's ever at peace, right? Yeah. It's just always
stressful,
very stressful. Yeah.
Well, the environment is toxic. Let's be real about it. It's toxic, Casey. It's toxic. We try to make the best of it because we had this overriding ideology that it's the place where we're supposed to be. This is the truth. And because we're coming into it from that mindset, we put up with things we would never put up with. But the moment that bubble has burst, it's like, now I'm not going to put up with anything now because I know this is a load of baloney. And
it's really sad though, because you look at the effects of being in a cult and what it does to people, and the stress and the anxiety and the pressure from being in there. It causes people a lot of problems. Yeah, and you guys are very lucky you got out in the way you did.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know I have not a second. There's not been a second of regret since I left. Since I put my letter in, I sleep well because like I said to people, you got to do the work for yourself. You've got to get to the place where you yourself personally are in no doubt as to why you are separating yourself from, in whatever capacity. That could be just being a PMO for a while, or it could just be mentally just, knowing, or fully just exiting because that's what you feel you need to do. Once you get to that point, really, they can't touch you anymore. It's when you're not sure and you haven't done enough work on either ourselves, we haven't done enough work, or we haven't done enough research, you can get pulled back in and it gives you that anguish. But yeah, it's worth, or any effort's worth it. Every effort's worth it, because when to have your own mind, it feels like it's something that you should be used to. It should be just second nature. But when it's been hijacked for decades, to have your own, I'll give you just one small example of this. I actually felt weird not referencing anybody for making a big decision when I left, and I wasn't born in it. But I still was so heavily in it for so many decades that.
What year did you leave? Or wake up? Maybe what year did you wake up?
I woke up around 2012. It was around where the articles came out on 607 in the Watchtower. The two articles in November and December of 2011, and then around 2012, I started to really dig into the 607 stuff, and by 2013 I was a PMO. I kind of Carl Olaf Johnson's book.
Yeah, okay.
Gentile times and then another. So I was around. I did a year and a half of research, but I kind of still had some. I stopped going to meetings from 2013, and then 2014 and 2015 were just me researching. But my friends who are still witnesses didn't mind talking to me because I hadn't officially put my letter in. And then 2015 in April the 4th, I think it was, I put the letter in. So 2015 is official,
Okay.
but from around 2012 to 2013, that sort of those years.
Have you guys ever done the research on Jehovah's Witnesses and mental health?
Oh, yeah.
On new
Jehovah's Witnesses and mental health. There's been some research done on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the reports. It's not good.
Yeah.
They done Jehovah's Witnesses, but it's cults in general. But Jehovah's Witnesses was the ones that they looked at the most.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You said you saw it, Jeff?
Yeah, the reports, but some of them are old, but it's still relevant. Yeah, it's not good.
No, and it's what happens from being in a high control religion, and you're told what to do, what to wear, what to dress. You know, beards, no beards, whatever the case is. You know, you're basically dictated to what you can do constantly in your life, and it affects your mental health. And then on top of that, they have expectations for you, and then those expectations put a lot of guilt on you. And it's really interesting to read what happens to a person's mindset through that.
Yeah. Here's a question for anyone who's maybe comes onto this stream later on, or I ask myself this question. It's like a person who, if you have to have permission for a basic thing like whether to have a beard or not, you have to have permission. Someone has to give you the feeling, because Watchtower doesn't package it like this. They won't say, "Oh no, you are free to do what you want." It was just an unsaid law, an unsaid tradition that we didn't have beards before. But no, as soon as they said you can have a beard, everyone went mad and had beards. Everyone's got a beard now. It's like you spot the witness who hasn't got a beard now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a reaction to it. So I asked myself the question. Well, I would say this is a really good question. I said to myself still is, if it's like a basic thing that should be your own personal decision, like a mundane thing, an everyday thing that doesn't really affect anyone else, and an organization or a group or even a family member is making you feel like you need permission, then there's a problem there. There's an issue there.
It's true.
Yep.
Well, so here's my thought to that, and I agree. The beards thing is kind of a separate thought, but what I've been thinking about the last few months, or maybe 3 or 4 months, is looking back, I did not realize how many rules are involved in being a Jehovah's Witness. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, we can go down the list and it sounds funny, but when you're fully in, you don't realize how crazy it is. Like, oh, you can't eat Lucky Charms. Oh, you can't buy lottery tickets.
Yeah.
You can't smoke. You can't say good luck. All these things that are just so embedded in the culture. And I think especially when you're born in, all of that feels normal.
Yep.
But now I'm like, I've been out for a while now, to put some hindsight. And it's like, yeah, I go down to the grocery store and I can buy a box of Lucky Charms. Like, who's gonna counsel me?
Yeah.
If somebody's if somebody's leaving, I can say, hey, good luck. And it's not a thing. So it's not far of a stretch to think of something. If you have all those rules, then it's not far of a stretch to think, oh, beards and women wearing pants.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I think of it. The other thing that's a bit more subtle to me is I remember very specifically there was a paragraph in a Watchtower study article basically saying that men can wear beards. And it's along the lines of, if it's common where you live, in the region where you live, and, people don't think anything of it, it's fine. Okay. So where I lived, it was fine. Like you'd see doctors, professionals, all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, here's the paragraph that we just went over in the Watchtower. Let me grow this thing out and see what happens. And I kid you not, like I started growing a little beard. It was decent. And like the very next meeting or two, one of the elders' wife came up and said, "Hey, I see you're growing a beard." So I'm like, wow, that experiment was quick. So to me, it's like, it's just what I found interesting about the whole like beard permission thing that they did a few months back.
Yep.
Is, they can try to backpedal things subtly in the magazines where it's like, okay, it's kind of okay to do this, or, it's not a problem, blah, blah, blah. But people are so used to having to get explicit orders or have it spelled out directly by the people at the top. And it's such a deep part of the culture, some of these things, that they have to be told. Like you literally have to be told, clear as day, it's okay now. It's like, if you go back and read this magazine, this thing was like from like 8, 9, 10 years ago, they said it was fine. And through this entire time, from when I read that paragraph to like last year, nobody got the memo until somebody said the governing body has decided.
Like, don't you love it when they refer to a Watchtower article that they themselves wrote? I'm like, yeah, it's not Bible here.
I mean,
Watchtower about such and such.
And and like you said, there's a serious problem with that. If you and so what got to me wasn't so much that they were given quote unquote permission to like wear beards. It's that somebody had to come out and explicitly say it to you in such an obvious manner when it was already quote unquote okay for such a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. To me, that's like that's the next level amount of control somebody has over you if it has to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
And like to me, from a strategic, if I were, and like to me, I'm like, okay, if I were the governing body and wanted to actually keep control, what I would have done instead of like putting out instead of having to have saying the governing body has decided, like what you do is like on the broadcast, have one of the helpers wear a goatee. And then like a couple months later, have somebody else and maybe have a governing body start wearing a light beard. And don't say anything. Like legit, don't say anything. Just let it ride.
Yeah.
That would have been more slick.
And if you want sisters to wear trousers, you don't just come and say it. What I would do, I would be like, okay, let's see. Okay, at this convention, at certain conventions, sisters give demonstrations or interviews, we're going to have them on stage with trousers.
That's good.
And if somebody questions, like one of the elders start questioning, say, hey, it's in the notes here, such and such, that, okay, this sister can wear trousers. Like that's what you do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jeff, you know what you need to do? You need to start your own cult.
No, I don't have the dedication for that.
Jeff, I was going to say, be careful because you're giving Watchtower ideas to be more slick now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. I don't think they're competent enough.
I'm just kidding.
They're not competent enough.
Oh, that's true.
You see where the pasta baby put it up there.
Can't say bless you.
Yeah, I learned that one in the very beginning when I first met her.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, bless you. And she's like, don't say that.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if during like a convention thing or something like that, when the governing body guys interviewing somebody and they set it up where the person sneezes and then the governing body members like, bless you.
Oh my, that would be great.
That would be good. And then everybody will be like, oh, okay, guess it's okay. Say bless you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd fall for it.
Yeah.
Well, they made a big song and dance about the beards from the governing body. Like almost all of them have got beards now. You know, it's like we're going to lead by example. It's okay to wear beards. like the picture I sent you, KC and Anthony, the bearded bunch.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's mad. Yeah.
I know the organization. They are intelligent and harmful as well, and like Born JW says, so got to be careful out there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, there's some great people that's in that. It's just because someone gets brainwashed or gets into a cult or born into a cult, don't make them less intelligent or less sweet. Because a lot of good people are there, but this,
for sure,
what it does is it causes damage.
Yeah, it creates damage.
Yeah.
Well, they're the ones the decent people. They're the ones like we were. When you heard something strange or you saw the hypocrisy, you were honest enough to actually call it out, even if it's amongst friends, a group of small people would say, that didn't sit right with me. Yeah, you're right. I remember one conversation. This is a really strange one, but you just reminded me of one of the last actual social gatherings I went to was with the group of brothers for my congregation. And this is a weird one because this group of people, I didn't really spend time with all of them. And this was a rare situation for me where this particular group of brothers were out to go for a drink all at the same time. So there was a couple of elders, 2 ministerial servants, and the rest of us, we all knew each other. And openly in that conversation, it was the July, I was making references to the July 15th, 2013 Watchtower, when they openly said, unless the organization is involved in your salvation, you need to acknowledge the faithful and discreet slave because of, they are, I've forgotten the quote now, but basically it was an outrageous statement. And I mentioned it and I said, look what it says in the Watchtower. Has anyone picked up on this? Because it was that Sunday that we done it. And then the one elder said, you know what? An elder, he goes, I don't always believe what they say in the Watchtower. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you guys are having a go at me for bringing out something in the Watchtower. And he just says he doesn't agree with what the governing body says openly. And that's not a problem. But me quoting from the Watchtower and saying that doesn't make sense, that's a problem. I was like, I just couldn't work out what. It's like you guys are seriously all over the place. But some of those people in there were decent brothers, genuinely decent brothers from a normal human standpoint, as it were, like pardon the pun, a human standpoint phrase that we from a human standpoint. But I just couldn't understand it that there's so many honest brothers and sisters out there who will call out the nonsense, but they're still stuck there. And I think most of them are going to leave. By the time this organization is done, all of the decent people who are genuinely all right, who had a real conscience, who had some dignity and honesty about themselves will leave. Even if it's mentally leave, they'll leave. I don't believe anybody but hardcore, indoctrinated, stubborn people are going to be left there. That's my personal opinion. But,
I think you're absolutely correct in that too, because you see so many, and I mean, we get to hear of things, people email us or whatever, and you hear of so much stuff going on of how few people are really into it anymore. And the ones that are just the hardcore, just the diehards that's never going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's a lot of PMOs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one brother said to me, if it's not in the Watchtower, I won't believe it. I'm like, my goodness me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They think the Watchtower is the same as better than the Bible.
Yeah, we with several.
Well, there's not as much to believe. There's not as much to believe anymore because it's only like 16 pages twice a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that not crazy, man? And then what is it? Awake is once a year.
Yeah.
No, I think the Awake was canceled.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be canceled. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, they don't have as much to go for.
They might issue a new magazine called a sleep magazine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, people more appropriate.
We're the ones that are awake, right?
It won't be Watchtower, it'll be Guard Shack.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. God,
Oh, man.
yeah.
The guys, I really got to mention this real quick. If you hadn't subscribed, please do. Please give us a thumbs up because it helps our algorithms, and hit the notifications, and you'll get notified for everything that we put up in the future. And please follow us. Also, if you want to contact us to have an interview and to be featured in one of our videos, please feel free. Casey does a lot of interviews with ex-witnesses to get their story of why they left, and any gossip or good news you might have.
Oh yeah.
And so reach out to facts on jw@gmail.com.
Yeah.
With that being said, back to Jeff and Maverick.
My time will pass.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to play it.
We need the background music for that advert interval, Anthony. That was good. That was really good.
Hey man, I've got licked now, and I can play monetized music, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yes. But now that I can, I'm like, all the songs I thought would go great in videos, I'm thinking, what am I going to go with now?
Oh yeah.
You have to keep a list of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, because I'm working on a video now. I'm going to try to post tomorrow. And I had all these songs in my mind I wanted to do, and I was just like, I just went with non-monetized music that sounded really scary.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got to feed my dogs. I want one quick question. Does anyone have what would y'all like Jeff, Maverick, what would y'all or anyone in the chat, the next live stream subject to be about? Do you have a preference on anything? Like, obviously we talk about different things, but like one of the things, because I started it out with the annual meeting info.
Time will pass.
Anything you want to discuss in particular next time?
Well, I had one. I do this kind of. I don't know if it's enough to run a whole show on the subject wise, but I was looking at like analyzing the headline articles or the headline cover page of the jw.org articles, because it always seems to be about like Armageddon or war or famine, and it's like it's so negative, and I thought that might be an interesting one to discuss because of like how they are inculcating a heightened tension propaganda constantly through the pages of the articles and so on. So it's like no matter when you just randomly look at, if you went on jw.org now, you'd see a random full spread of is World War III going to happen in our lifetime?
Yeah.
Or, it's just something always negative, and it keeps people stressed. And I wonder if that's a psychology of keeping everybody stressed, because you flick the news on and it's exactly the same thing. And and it's it keeps everybody in this heightened state, and it's not healthy. So I wonder if maybe that might not be enough for
Sorry. Yeah. I think that's good. Okay, so kind of like the scare tactics they use, and then adventures in service. Someone said how women are treated.
Every time we do the misogyny stuff, we don't get no views.
Yeah, it upsets the men.
But here's the thing, like I don't know, it depends, because to me, I mean I'm a man, so I guess I wouldn't quite understand, but I had no idea of how women were treated in that organization until after I left.
Yeah, you're right. You don't ever
like
you don't even
I
notice
didn't.
it later.
Yeah.
And Archie Kim is leaving too, so.
I see you on Rick Ferren's.
Is he on now?
He's probably on. Yeah, I've been multitasking a little bit, catching little bits of it, but I prioritized you guys today.
We can take a Watchtower study apart. Someone else said.
Yeah, that's what Born JW said. I was like,
as long as it doesn't get too boring.
So was that the article I mentioned at the beginning of in the comment earlier in the show? Was the one that really irritated me just when I was scanning the jw.org was do you need to be in a religion? And I think that is a really, really important one for us to discuss maybe at some point, even if it's only a small part of a discussion, because it grates on me so much that they continually, like, what brothers and sisters, that's her first line of argument. Like, I remember when I was leaving and I told a brother that I'm gonna go, you know, and he said, well, where are you gonna go? Are you gonna start your own religion? And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know? And so this idea that a lot of witnesses I know that are stuck because they feel that outside of an organized religion, you cannot have a relationship with God or spirituality or anything to do with thing. That to me is like, and it's one of the leading articles on the jw.org, you know, exploring this area of can you have a relationship with God or have a spirituality or have a, you know, a feeling of peace in your own personal journey without needing to be tied to a organized religion, because there's so many fallacies in that article. It's ridiculous.
I know.
It might be
the only way to have that is through them.
Yeah. It was like 1956 or something, right? Was that the article? Was it in 1956?
No, it's on jw.org and listed on there. It's one of their key study articles. I'll try and bring it up now.
Okay.
I remember it.
And
do you need to be part of an organized religion?
Okay. And it's on the jw.org?
Yeah. Let me find.
Okay. I think I did see that.
It irritated me so much.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I actually saw that.
All right. Well,
because I go in there looking for things all the time to talk about.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Like today, if you notice, let's just talk. Let's just hang out. You know.
Okay. Right. Well,
there's a guy I follow that has a music channel, right? And he says, "Let's just waste some time."
That's what channel waste time.
He does like waste time with Jason. He does like a 3-hour video. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that many who have left who are not aligned with a particular kind of, they're not really focusing on spirituality, or they don't believe in God maybe anymore. So it's not really to sort of, there's a respect there for everybody's feelings and views and everything there, of course. But I just thought that a lot of people are still trapped in the organization because they don't feel like there's anywhere else to explore any kind of spirituality or any kind of their own feelings on what they feel about the Bible, whether they feel God or spirituality or anything. You know, they just feel, oh, I'm stuck here and that's it. You know, and there's nothing out there, you know, anymore. Right. You know, which is a shame, because that's nothing could be further from the truth. You know.
True. That's another good one. Bo said the next could be the most misapplied scriptures. That's a good one.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Proverbs 4:18.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna end the live stream because our dogs are driving us crazy.
They're going crazy, Gus.
It's time to eat.
Jeff, Maverick, thank you everybody in the live.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys all.
Thank you so much for coming on. We
yes.
Really appreciate everybody's support, and thank you, Jeff and Maverick, for coming on today on the chat and helping us keep the channel going.
Yep.
Thank you. Right. Thank you both. And
have you all right, Maverick. Take care.
Take care, Jeff, as well. See you. Bye, chat. Everybody in the chat. I'm jumping on to Rick Ferren now and see what he has to say about the convention, the annual meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'll see you guys over there in about 30 minutes.
Okay, great. Take care. Bye.
Bye, guys.